Well, what an extraordinary year we have seen in the SS&A, Ovens and Murray. 2024 has been one of the tightest years we've seen in recent memories. Our footballers have served up some of the most dramatic moments in a magical season, and one of them will walk away with the competition's highest individual honour tonight. Could it be? Sam Murray, he's explosive, he moved into the midfield this year, he kicked goals, he took hangers, and I reckon he's going to poll a lot of votes. Isaac Muller, the competition's most dominant ruckman, he had games with 50 plus hitouts regularly. I don't think he has too many Tigers taking votes off him, and he was a standout in some of the Tigers' wins this year. Brodie Philo, he's getting better with age. He's like a fine wine. He returned to some of his most amazing form in season 2024, especially in the back half of the year, and might pinch a couple of votes off Sam. Tim Broomhead, what a third year in the Ovens and Murray for Tim, not only for himself but for the Hoppers as well. He had regular games, over 30 disposals. He averaged the most amount of touches in the competition this year, and he can do things on the football field that not many others can. Willie Wheeler, he is the competition's best inside midfielder. He's a clearance machine. He is a contested possession machine, and he's in the face of the umpires because he's at the bottom of those packs all the time. And Perry Lewis-Smith, I mean, what a debut year for a guy nobody knew anything about. He came in and dominated from game one. He kicked 20-odd goals as a premium midfielder, and he shined in a very, very good Yarrawonga side.
Competition has been equally as tight in this year's 2024 A-grade competition, with the top 5 teams hotly contesting a ripping final season. In an era where some of the league's all-time greats are being challenged by some of the newest up-and-coming talent of the Ovens and Murray, who will be this year's 2024 Tony Wilson medalist? Could it be Emily Brown, already a 3-time Tony Wilson medalist? Could this be a 4th? Her natural ability enables her to bring players around into any game. Her netball game sense is second to none, as she has the ability to turn the result of a game with one single turnover. Or could it be Sophie Hanrahan, again a 3-time Tony Wilson medalist, this year winning the 2024 VNL Championship MVP Marg Caldo Award? With another stellar season under her belt, she displayed her sensational ability to read the play as well as her versatility by swinging into goals whenever needed. But a phenomenal effort to get the Roos back after the 2023 reset. Could it be Maggie St John, one of the most improved mid-quarters in the Ovens and Murray A-grade competition? She's shown immense speed to link play down the court as needed. Her exceptional fitness and intensity on court are unmatched by many opponents. Could it also be Taylor Ferbra? The long reach and brilliant elevation of Taylor can wreak havoc for all that play against her. Her timing over a shot is enviable, and she's always relied upon to drive a ball effectively down court for the Panthers. Or Leah Genvy, one of the most dynamic players in the league. She's incredibly quick and extremely agile. Leah can get her hands to passes that many others couldn't. Her versatility to play any mid-court position and an important cog in the Magpies' defensive structure makes her a real force in the Ovens and Murray.
Well, we're about to find out. Sit back, at home, in the building, relax, and let's all enjoy the SS&A Ovens and Murray's Night of Nights as we celebrate a season that we have not seen before.
Murray Football Netball League 2024 Morris and Tony Wilson Medal Night as we celebrate, as we said just then, one of the most exciting seasons we've seen in recent memories in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. A big thanks to the crew here at the SS&A. A round of applause. I think the place looks fantastic. It looks absolutely unbelievable. The posters, it looks fantastic every single year. A big thanks to those who have travelled as well here tonight. Of course, it is a busy work day as well, and it is a pretty late night as well. So a big thanks to those attending here tonight. A big thanks to those watching on the live stream as well tonight. Lukey Chilcott from Wangaratta and Indigo Computers, and Travi Cartwright and the Cartwright family do an amazing job. So a big thanks to those guys as well. Before I hand over to Ree Harris, my co-MC tonight, of course, my name's Blake Panda Escott. A couple of little housekeeping rules for tonight. The toilets are located at the rear of the building, just down the back there. If we can also please keep our phones on silent as well and show courtesy to all the speakers up here tonight. If we can keep the chatter to a minimum, that would be fantastic. I'll hand over to Ree Harris now for an acknowledgement to country.
I acknowledge and pay my respects to the traditional custodians, past, present and emerging, of this land of the Wiradjuri people, who long before us lived, loved and raised their children on this land. I acknowledge any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us in person tonight or at any stage via the video stream. We also acknowledge the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander families in the Ovens and Murray community, which stretches across the Wiradjuri and Yorta Yorta lands, acknowledging the physical and spiritual connections these families hold to their lands. We come together to learn, to share and to journey together. I'd like to invite Mr. David Sinclair, Chairman of the Ovens and Murray, to give his address.
Thanks, Ree and Panda. A great opening. Great to see so many people here as we kick off grand final week. God, it's come around quickly. It's been a massive season. It's been one of the greatest, I think, Ovens and Murray seasons. Certainly a very even year across both football and netball. And the stage awaits on Sunday to see who becomes the premiers of both football and netball. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the SS&A Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to the 2024 Morris and Tony Wilson Medal. In particular, I'd like to make welcome the member for Benambra, Mr. Bill Tilley, member for Ovens and Murray, Tim McCurdy, both great supporters of community sport. I saw you at, I've seen you both at the football over the last few weeks, so I know how much you love your country football, and it's great to see you here tonight. I'd also like to welcome from AFL Victoria their CEO, Greg Madigan. Greg, thank you for making the trip down to the highway to join us tonight. Also to from AFL North East Border, Chairman Matt Sheridan, and AFL North East Border Regional Manager Zach Hedden. Welcome to both of them. What an incredible season it's been across all grades of football and netball, and tonight we pause to reflect on the year that was. Tonight we acknowledge our major award winners, our sponsors, our stakeholders and the broader football community that assist in allowing us to provide an extensive football and netball program that we do. The SS&A Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League are again indebted to the support we receive from our generous sponsors. The O&M is a strong, progressive, professional organisation, and that is due to the support we receive from the business community right across North East Victoria and Southern New South Wales. This is the 24th season that our major naming rights partner, the SS&A Club, have supported the SS&A Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League, and over that period we've forged one of the great regional sporting football and netball partnerships. There is no other league across community football and netball that can boast a partnership arrangement that's as significant and sustained such a period of time as the SS&A and O&M partnership. We're extremely grateful for their support, and the Ovens and Murray wouldn't be the competition that it is without their continued contribution. I'd like to welcome tonight their chairman, Eddie Dunlop, CEO, Gerard Darmody, and the board of the SS&A Club, and pass on our heartfelt thanks for their continued support for our organisation. Thank you, gentlemen. I'd also like to acknowledge our major netball and joint ball partner GoTafe, who've been wonderful supporters of not only the Ovens and Murray but community sport. I'd like to acknowledge McRae Motors, who provide the branded vehicles that our staff use daily. Also, McRae have been supporters of our league for over 13 years, fantastic supporters, and we can only hope that that can continue. To KFC, our long-time joint ball partner, many thanks for their continued support. From Morris Wines, I'd like to welcome David and Peter Morris. For over 80 years, the Morris family's name has been associated with the Ovens and Murray Football League Best and Fairest, and tonight David Morris will present the Morris Medal to the winner. This year we welcome a new sponsor in Snap Printing, who've been a major supporter of our live streams. And from Snap Printing, I'd like to welcome Craig Mundy. From our major media partner, 2AY, I'd like to welcome General Manager Andrew Harrison and the 2AY team, including Matt Fowler and our MC tonight, Blake Escott. From New Balance and Belgravia Sports Apparel, the league's official apparel sponsor, I'd like to welcome Shane Watson and Olivia Safidi. I'm also pleased to announce that that New Balance have just recommitted to a further 3 years as the SS&A O&M's official apparel partner. And the more you go around the grounds, the more you can see that clubs are starting to wear the New Balance netball dresses and football jumpers as well as their apparel. From Opal Packaging, another new sponsor for 2024, I'd like to welcome Jack Barsby and Murray Ray. From Health Focus Physiotherapy, Mick Bowler and Wayne McGraw. From Cogency Group, who do a lot of work for the league in the digital space, as well as providing the O&M commercial each week that's played out on 7 Albury, I'd like to welcome Darcy Harrington. From Road Safe North East, welcome to Robbie Allen and Emmy DeFazio. Representing O'Sullivan Hair and Beauty here tonight are Mandy and Kelton Goyne. From Footsteps Podiatry, Drew Cameron and Sarah O'Keefe. And from the Upper Murray Football and Netball League, I'd like to welcome President Gordon Nicholas, and congratulations, Gordon, on a wonderful year for the Upper Murray League and for a fantastic grand final a couple of weeks ago. Representing AFL North East Border umpires this evening are Don Wilkinson and Jeff Bassett. I'd also like to welcome Tony Wilson, who will tonight present the medal struck in her honour to the winner of the A-grade Best and Fairest. Welcome also to Adam and Ellie Strang, representing the Strang family, and presenting the Doug Strang medal to the leading goal kicker, and also Fred Longmire here tonight representing his son John, who's otherwise occupied, presenting the John Longmire medal for the leading goal kicker in the under-18 competition. Welcome, Fred. From the Border Mail, what a great team they are, and heading that team is their Chief Editor in Xavier Mardling. I'd also like to welcome Andrew Moyer, who I'm sure is here somewhere, along with Georgie Smith, James Wiltshire and Mark Chesser. Many thanks for the coverage that you guys provide the league. It has been, once again, sensational. Welcome also to Ian Gambold from OMFNL and Tribunal Secretary Anthony Odwin. From Cartwright Productions, Panda touched on it, but Travis and Sabina Cartwright, who I'm sure you've seen around the grounds of the league, filming both football and netball across the year. And sitting in the background from Wangaratta Computers is Luke Chilcott, who pulls together all the graphics that complement our live streams. Welcome, Luke. Many thanks to all our business partners, including those that couldn't attend this evening, who include Ramsay Healthcare, Platinum Signs, The Athlete's Foot, Premier Data, CUB, Sharon, Adroit Insurance, Tobin Brothers Funerals, Coronet Jewellers, and the Club Warehouse. I'd also like to acknowledge the print and electronic media for the outstanding work that they do in promoting our competition. We can't thank enough 2AY and sister station 3NE and the O&M Live call team for the outstanding job they've done in calling 2 games of football each weekend. This, coupled with our live streams, has made the O&M product accessible anywhere in the world. The quality of the product is as good as you'd see across community sport, and the radio call is comparable with any metro broadcast. Their call teams are to be congratulated on producing an outstanding product. Many thanks also to Gus McLeod and Blake Escott, who produced the weekly football podcast, and also to Stacey Middleam and Liv Laspina, who did an outstanding job fronting the inaugural weekly netball podcast, which really shone a light on our competition and the great personalities that grace the court every week. Many thanks also to the Border Mail, 7 Albury, Oak FM, Wangaratta Chronicle, Yarrawonga Chronicle, Murderford Times, Triple M and ABC Golden Murray. The competition is blessed with the amount of coverage we receive, and it is greatly appreciated, I can assure you. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank all our hard-working club administrators and volunteers. Sometimes it's a thankless task, and you've done an incredible job at your respective club. The board appreciates and understands the hard work required, not just by administrators, but by coaches, players and trainers to make it all happen week in and week out. To the board of the Ovens and Murray, I thank you for your support, help and assistance across another busy year. And I'd like to welcome here this evening the following board members. Deputy Chair David Morris, Jamie Ramage, David Kefford, Des Lonigan, Alison Butler, Tamara Matthews and Brett Anderson. The league is incredibly lucky to have a strong and experienced and energetic group striving to make the O&M competition the very best that we can be. I'd also like to welcome members of the Netball Subcommittee headed by Chair Tamara Matthews. Overall, our netball competition continues to grow and prosper and is recognised as one of the elite competitions of its kind. The Hall of Fame was one of the best we've had and continues to be an outstanding event celebrating Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League, the Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League's rich history. This year, Mick Nolan, Graham Nish, Craig Edney, Mick Wilson, Matt Pendergast and Chris Hyde were all inducted in front of a huge audience here at the SS&A Club. My thanks go to Hall of Fame Chairman Ron Montgomery and his committee for executing another outstanding event. I'd also like to acknowledge our newest life members this year, that is qualified life members. In Kylie Leslie from Yarrawonga, Ange D'Emanuel from Lavington and Adam Butler from Lavington, who each reached the relevant milestones of 250 netball games or 300 football games to qualify for life membership. I want to thank our Tribunal Chairman Wayne Taylor and Secretary Anthony Odwin and the Tribunal members for their thankless but necessary job. It would be fair to say they're doing it less and less with this new system that we now have in, but nonetheless they still do a great job. It's again been a challenging year for umpires across both football and netball, and I'd like to thank from AFL North East umpires Ash Broughton and our netball umpire coordinator Chrissy Bowen for all the work they do in ensuring that we have football and netball umpires each weekend. I'd like to pass on my heartfelt thanks to the league staff in General Manager Kane Arondaskis and Operations Manager Michael Bouquet. Our staff are at times under enormous pressure to ensure that week to week things go seamlessly to plan. This year we also had on board Steve Turvitt, who's been producing video content each week highlighting the deeds of our great footballers and netballers that we have across the league. And maybe tonight we'll see if anyone did succeed in the netball challenge that was embraced by the netball girls throughout the year. These guys do an outstanding job in the day-to-day running of the competition. This year was they were again presented with many challenges, and our dedicated staff picked their way through these issues and maintained our competition as one of the best and most innovative in regional Australia. When it comes to community football and netball, the professionalism of the O&M is second to none and is largely due to the hard work of our dedicated and talented staff. The story of the year for mine has been the return of the Cora Football Netball Club, restoring the league to a 10-team competition. This time last year, there were many out there that were saying that this wasn't going to happen. Everyone at Cora should be proud of what they've been able to achieve, and in particular, I'd like to say a special thank you to their President, Graham Hosier, Secretary, Rowena Black. Congratulations also, Rowena, on again getting into the Federation Shire Council. To Senior Coach Steve Owen, Netball Coach Sophie Hanrahan, for all the work they've done in getting this club up and going and competitive. Well done to you all. Last year, yes, applause, thank you. Last year, the board of the league decided to commit to Lavington Sports Ground as our grand final venue for 3 years, the second of which will be this Sunday. The stadium is now one of the best in regional Australia, with further improvements having been undertaken since last year's grand final. I want to thank Albury City, and in particular Jack Bradley, for all the work that they've done to make this happen. You may have noticed the banners across Dean Street and the club flags in the various entry points around Albury. Also, many thanks to Mark Sanson and the Lavington Football Netball Club for working with us to ensure that it's a memorable day for both spectators and participants next Sunday. So far, we've had an incredibly successful final series, played in great weather with terrific crowds. In netball, Wodonga Raiders get the chance to make amends for last year's loss and win their first A-grade premiership. They'll have to overcome the perennial powerhouse of Yarrawonga, who this week enter their 17th grand final and looking to win their 13th flag. In football, an underage derby kicks off grand final day with Wangaratta up against Wangaratta Rovers, followed by Albury and Wangaratta in the reserves. And in the seniors, it will be Yarrawonga looking to claim back-to-back flags, who take on Wangaratta Rovers, playing in their first grand final since 2002. Good luck to all teams that made it through to the weekend. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight, and just a reminder that the grand final action kicks off on Sunday at Lavington Sports Ground at 8:45 with the under-15s netball. Our special guests for the day are ex-Wang Rovers and Murray Bushranger Darcy Wilson, and current St Kilda footballer, and Melbourne Vixen player Ruby Barkmeyer. Our grand final announcer and presenter for the day will be the guy who they call The Voice, Craig Willis, who you'll know from AFL Grand Finals and Australian Open Tennis. If you don't know him by name, I guarantee you'll know him by voice. And of course, at half-time, we'll have the Wodonga Jets playing the North Albury Hoppers in the All Abilities Challenge match. Thank you. Enjoy the evening, and hopefully we can see you all at Lavington on Sunday.
Thanks, David. I'll call upon O&M Netball Director Tamara Matthews to provide a summary of the Netball Representative Program.
Thanks, Ree. Well, it's been another fantastic year for Ovens and Murray Netball, with the achievements of our players across all age groups highlighting once again the strength of our competition. Interleague against the Goulburn Valley saw the introduction of a 15 and under side for the first time. This was incredibly well received by the players, with almost 50 players trialling. An exceptional squad was chosen along with training partners, and they went on to show their strength, winning by 13 goals against the Goulburn Valley. The 17 and under side was filled with talent, and they showed their class with a big 20-goal win over the GV. The open side had a very new look about it, with a lot of debutants in it this year, and they put up an enormous fight against what was a very experienced Goulburn Valley outfit, unfortunately going down by 4 goals. Our 17 and under side also competed in numerous carnivals in the lead up to Association Champs, winning Albury, Wodonga and the Zone Carnival. They performed exceptionally in Melbourne at the state finals day before being knocked out in the semi-finals. The open side suffered the same fate, going down to eventual winners Hampden in the semi-finals. A huge thank you to the coaches, Shayla House, Jodie House, Bridget Flint-Chapman, Noel Holton and Minna Lamb for their time and leadership throughout this year's campaign. In addition to our own rep netball, the league had Eliza Mooney and Mia Lavis represent Victoria in the 19 and under team at Nationals. Mia was also selected in the National 19 squad before having her year cut short through injury. We look forward to the final selections for next year's state teams, with a number of Ovens and Murray players in the final 25-member squads for both 17 and under and 19 and under teams. Good luck to all those players. And finally, the league saw several players demonstrate incredible commitment to travel the highway a couple of times a week to play in the Victorian Netball League. Congratulations to all those players on a fantastic season, with special mention to Sophie Hanrahan, who not only won a premiership with City West Falcons in the Champ Division, but was also named the Championship's MVP for the year, a phenomenal achievement. All of these results show the strength of the players, but also the strength of the coaches in our region who are developing these girls from young players to be the future superstars of our league. Thank you to the league for once again throwing a huge amount of support behind Ovens and Murray Netball, to Steve Turvitt and the local media for telling the stories, the clubs for supporting it, and the players who continue to shine year after year. The Ovens and Murray Netball competition is certainly in great hands.
Thanks, Tam. If I could invite Paula Carey up to the stage, please, and also our 17 and under interleague coach, Jodie House, and the 15 and under interleague coach, Shayla House, to the stage, please. Our Open Interleague coach for this year, Noel Holton, was unable to attend this evening and sends his apologies. And Paula and Tam are just going to present a gift to both Jodie and Shayla in appreciation of their dedication to this year's Interleague program. The 15 and under and 17 and under Interleague MVP award goes to a person, and is voted upon by the coaches across both teams' Interleague campaigns. The winner of the 15 and under Interleague Most Valuable Player is Lainey Draper from the Wangaratta Rovers. The winner of the 17 and under Most Valuable Player is Lily McKimmie from the Wodonga Bulldogs. You can stay here, girls. During the representative season, players cast their individual votes on who they think is their best player across the 4 carnivals and an interleague match. The 17 and under players player this year goes to Lily McKimmie from the Wodonga Bulldogs. The Kim Odoin Representative Most Valuable Player for the Opens Interleague team. This award is voted upon by the coaches assessing performances across the Association Championships and the Interleague match against the Golden Valley League. As presented for the first time last year, the winner of this award will receive the Kim Odoin Medal in honour of Kim's dedication to Interleague netball and the Ovens and Murray competition in general. Tonight, Kim is unable to attend and sends her apologies. We ask that Paula Carey will present the award on her behalf. This year, the recipient of the Kim Odoin Medal is Grace Hay from the North Albury Hoppers Football Netball Club. The Open Netball Players Player Award. During the representative season, players cast their individual vote on who they think was their best player across the Association Championships and the standalone Interleague match. This year, the Open Netball Players Player Award goes to Eliza Mooney from the Wodonga Raiders Football Netball Club. If we could congratulate all our Netball Interleague Representative Award winners. And could our award winners, as you exit the stage, just head into that room to the left. That's for any award winners tonight for a little social media opportunity. I will pass over to Panda.
Thanks, Ray. Line out to call upon O&M Chairman David Sinclair to provide a summary of the 2024 Interleague football program.
Thanks, Panda. This year again, there were no structured championships for football. The SS&A Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League again arranged to play our traditional rivals, the Golden Valley League, for the Ash Wilson Trophy. The representative match was played at Deakin Reserve in Shepparton, and we were able to assemble a group of talented players with a mix of youth and experience, many representing the league for the first time. The under-18s earned interleague bragging rights, prevailing by 28 points, with only 9 points separating the sides at half-time. The O&M flexed its muscle in the second half, kicking 6 goals to 3, which saw us run out comfortable winners. Coach Ben Tallarico and his assistants did an outstanding job preparing and coaching the boys in what was a high-class game with some outstanding young talent on display. And I do want to thank Ben for his effort as coach, as well as all his assistants and everyone that was involved with that team. Our senior team included 11 debutants, and after a strong start, they were eventually overrun by a well-drilled Golden Valley team and finally went down by 15 points. This is the first time the Golden Valley League has defeated the Ovens and Murray since 2010, with the leagues having met 5 times across that period. The O&M got out to a 28-point lead early in the second quarter, but really struggled to score from that point on. Hats off to the GV. They were too fast, skillful, and generally had better connection up and down the ground, kicking 8 of the next 9 goals, with the O&M struggling to find a way forward. Our defence, led by Charlie Morrison and Julian Hayes, were outstanding and ensured that the deficit didn't blow out to a greater margin. Many thanks to Wangaratta, North Albury and Wangaratta Rovers, who hosted training throughout the campaign and provided meals for the players, officials. And I'd also like to thank our senior coach, Damien Sexton. I think the 3rd year that Secco has coached. Incredible job. He travels a long way to get to trainings and to make it all happen. Does a lot of work with clubs to get the players involved that he wants. Also to Chairman of Selectors, Jason Hollard. Selectors and assistants, Jake Sharp, Tim Scott and Nathan Parker, thank you. Runners, Nathan Parker and Mitch Del Bosco. Team manager, Greg Dawson, and the support staff, Fraser McKenzie, Taj Parker, Archie Jakes, Anthony Odom, Mick Bowler, John Batchelor, Ernie Tallarico and Rebecca Cushett. I'll now call on Blake to announce the Peter Johnson medal for the under-18s and the Norm Minns medal for the best player for the O&M in the senior game.
Thanks, Inkers. First of all, we'll move on to the Peter Johnson medal, which is the under-18 representative football medal. I'd like to call upon the interleague coach, Ben Tallarico, to the stage. And as Sinkers touched on before, did a fantastic job coaching the interleague side this year. And Benny, Sinkers has a photo to present you as well to appreciate your efforts for 2024. The late Peter Johnston was a former Ovens and Murray board member and who was passionate about interleague football, and upon his passing, the league struck this award in his honour. As I said, when Ben comes up here, we'll get him to present the Peter Johnston medal. And the winner of the Peter Johnston medal in 2024 is Max Bean from the Wangaratta Magpies Football Netball Club. Maxie made his senior debut this year as well, a couple of games, and will play in the Wangaratta Derby Thirds Grand Final on the weekend as well. So best of luck to Max. Pretty easy done there, Max. We'll move on now to the Norm Minns medal. And as Sinkers touched on, this goes to the winner of the best player for the Ovens and Murray, of course, in the senior representative game against the Goulburn Valley. And the winner for 2024 from the Yarrawonga Football Netball Club is Perry Lewis Smith. Like Max, Perry will also feature in the Ovens and Murray Grand Final on the weekend for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Kicked over 20 goals this year as a midfielder and had an outstanding debut season for the Pigeons.
Just like to thank the league for putting on this really good night. Thanks to all the Yarrawonga people for coming out. Moddy, thanks for coming, mate. Just shout out to my parents for supporting me all year, and my family. Really enjoyed the year, and looking forward to the weekend. So thank you. Cheers.
Once again, well done to Max and to Perry. We'll now move on to our Netball Umpire of the Year award, and I'll hand over to Tam.
If we could have Netball Subcommittee Member Chrissy Boehm and O&M Director Alison Butler to come forward to present this year's Umpire of the Year award. The umpire receiving the 2024 Umpire of the Year award is Adele Ryan. Adele receives this award due to her individual performances and commitment to the umpiring arm of the Ovens and Murray this season. After commencing consistent umpiring for the Ovens and Murray last season, Adele's individual umpiring has improved remarkably over the season. This is due to the dedication she shows to training and information sessions, making herself available every week, travelling wherever necessary, even if this means missing out on some family commitments. Adele applies feedback to her umpiring, and the Ovens and Murray umpiring family look forward to seeing her continual strive for improvement in the coming seasons. Congratulations, Adele.
Thanks, Reed. I'd like to call upon AFL North East Border Region Chairman Matt Sheridan to present our Football Umpire of the Year award. And as Sink has touched on before, it was another challenging season for umpires in season 2024. It's a thankless task, and they do a fantastic job. The winner for the Football Umpire of the Year award is Jeff Bassett. Well done, Jeff. Jeff umpired in 17 senior O&M games this season, including finals. And by showing improvement in each game, he has showcased his ability to sit among the best officiators we have in our region. Well done, Jeff.
I'd just like to thank the league for putting on this evening. Thank you for all the umpires that I trained with and ran with throughout the year. As was mentioned, it is challenging being an umpire, but it is enjoyable. We've got the best seat in the house, and all the best to the grand finalists for this coming weekend. So thank you.
Well done again, Jeff. Move on now to our Adroit Insurance and Risk Volunteer of the Year award, which is named after Peter Bruin. It is called the Peter Bruin Award. Ian Kay from Adroit sends his apologies tonight, so we'll ask O&M Chairman David Sinclair back to the stage to announce the recipient of the award.
Thanks again, Panda. Peter Milko Broom was an outstanding servant and volunteer of the SS&A Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League until his sad passing back in 2000. In his honour, the league struck the Peter Bruin Volunteer of the Year award, which has been won by some wonderful individuals, some of whom continue to volunteer for either their club or at league level. The league has been fortunate to have access to many volunteers who've given enormous support to the O&M across many years. To acknowledge this, the league introduced a Critic Volunteer of the Year week page, a Volunteer of the Week page, sponsored by Adroit Insurance, shining a spotlight on a volunteer each week. And from those weekly nominations, a Volunteer of the Year was chosen to receive the Peter Bruin Award. This year's recipient has been a humble and loyal servant of the Myrtleford Football and Netball Club all her life. She has been treasurer for 6 years and filled many other roles across Myrtleford over her journey, including assisting with netball, catering and organising functions. She has 2 wonderful daughters and 3 son-in-laws, all playing or involved and with the club and the grandchildren that won't be far away from being involved. It is with great pleasure that the SS&A Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League present the Peter Bruin Volunteer of the Year Award to Myrtleford's Marnie Bros.
I'd like to thank the O&M, especially for this award. I love our club, Myrtleford, and I know every club has lots of volunteers, and I'm just one of many. And I thought you were meant to be really old when you got these awards, so obviously I'm old enough. But I thank everyone. I thank our wonderful footballers, netballers, coaches, everyone. And I know every club does it very hard. It's not easy, and I'm just waiting for our grandkids to come through and take over. Thank you.
If I could invite Stephen Chalmers, Kathleen Dobson, Ken Hallows, Andrea Jakes, Tamara Matthews and Lee Shippard to the stage. And we've got David Sinclair here to present the next awards. Life membership is awarded under the rules of the OMFNL Articles of Association, where they will elect as an honorary life member any person who has served for a continuous period of at least 10 years or an aggregate period of at least 15 years, served as director and or official of a club for a continuous period of at least 15 years or a period of at least 20 years, or has rendered special services to the OMFNL. This year, there are 6 OMFNL honorary life memberships. The recipients are Stephen Chalmers. Might give them each a round of applause. Stephen Chalmers. Kathleen Dobson. Ken Hallows. Andrea Jakes. Tamara Matthews. And Lee Shippard. And we might do things a little bit differently. I've prepared a question for each of the recipients, and it might give us a bit of a rounded way to see their involvement. So I'll start with you, Chuck. Chuck, you've been such an integral part of the committee at Lavington. What's been the biggest highlight in your time with the club?
Notwithstanding Timothy Sanson's efforts at Morris Medal evenings, I would suggest the flags, obviously, but it's more the enjoying the success of the club or just being around the place, really, over such a long period.
Perfect. And if you want to pass that on to Ken.
Thank you.
Ken, you were obviously a huge part of the change from the Lavington Blues to the Lavington Panthers. What was one of the main challenges during this period?
Sorry, I missed the last thing.
What was one of the main challenges during the period from the Blues to the Panthers?
Oh, well, I think there's a lot of people that were probably very anxious about how we're going to change our colours and whatever. I think that was a very positive move in the end, and my major highlight was the people you meet at the club. That's all.
Congratulations. And to you, Tamara. Tam, what do you see as one of the greatest developments in the Ovens and Murray netball in the time that you've been involved?
I think just seeing the league obviously go from strength to strength, the level of professionalism that we now see across all our grades, and I think it goes without saying the introduction of what was a 16s competition, which is now 17 and under, and in more recent years, our 15 and under competition. And I think anyone who's been courtside and watched the games that our 15s and our 17s play can attest to the strength that we have coming through, and that's thanks to the coaches, the level of professionalism that they now show, the way they develop themselves. But yeah, to anyone who hasn't seen a game, get there Sunday and watch a 15s and a 17s game, and you'll be just astounded at the strength of those girls, and it's fantastic. So I think that's it.
Andy, you've taken on many roles with Yarrawonga and the O&M over the years. What would be one of, and I'm sure there's many, the highlights while you've been involved?
One of the highlights.
One of your highlights.
Well, it's too many. It's just great. It's a great club to be around. Really good people, great people, as everyone probably here can say for their own clubs. It's what we do. We just love being around our clubs. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks, Ray.
And to Kath, from umpiring to umpires convener, what do you think has been one of the most positive developments in umpiring in the Ovens and Murray during your involvement?
I think I'd like to say that one of the most positive developments is the recognition of umpires. When I first came into the league, there was no umpire of the year for either footy or netball, and now there is. And I think we provide you with your best and fairest votes. We get out there and make this night something that you can count. So this is this I think is just wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. And lastly to you, Lee. You continue to umpire in the Ovens and Murray, and always with a smile on your face. What is it about the umpiring in this league that brings you back year after year?
It's because we're short of umpires.
I thought you were going to say because of players like me.
I seem to be like a bad penny. I just keep turning up. But I have had a wonderful time throughout my umpiring with the Ovens and Murray, right from the beginning. And as everyone said here tonight, without the volunteers of each community, I think I've been very blessed. I've always felt very welcome, no matter where I've been, to umpire any game. So thank you.
Congratulations.
And if you could put your hands together one more time for our very deserving life members.
Thanks, Ree, and congratulations once again to our very deserving life members. Just a reminder, all award winners, sneak off to the left here down to the stage and make sure that you take a photo around the back. We'll move on now to our AFL Victoria Country Recognition of Service Medallion, which I do believe is a new award in 2024. I'd like to call up Head of AFL Victoria, Greg Madigan, to the stage to make the presentation alongside O&M Chairman David Sinclair.
Thanks, Panda. Firstly, I'd like to welcome CEO Greg Madigan onto the stage to assist with presenting this award. The AFL Service Medallion is the highest honour that a community football volunteer can receive and is awarded by AFL Victoria to recipients for outstanding service to the game. As an administrator at both Albury and the Ovens and Murray League, David Kefford has served the game in an official capacity for almost 40 years, including a 16-year contribution to the Ovens and Murray board and 23 years in executive roles with the Albury Football Netball Club. In addition to this formal involvement, Kev has undertaken other volunteer roles over the last 4 decades. Tenure alone is not a reflection of service. However, to serve as Albury President for 11 years as well as 5 years as Treasurer and 8 as Secretary for a total of 23 years is both significant and highly respected. Kev has been a fine ambassador for the league across football and netball, and few in the league's history can match his combined service. I personally can't thank enough the support Kev has given me as chairman, and before me, Graham Patterson and the late Greg Claney. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this official presentation of the AFL Victoria Service Medallion to David Kefford.
Well, that's completely blown me off my feet, be quite honest. I'm dumbfounded, and I've been on the mic for over the final during the last 4 weeks. There's never any... I just enjoyed volunteering and helping others, be quite honest. Right from back when I was a single fellow and I got transferred to Albury. And from that time I met a fellow who was my manager in the bank at the time. He got me to go to a Lions Club meeting, and that's where it all started back in about 1971. So thank you again. I appreciate the award, but it's completely a shock, and all the best to all the teams that are playing this year. And let's hope we have a great day at the finals.
David Kefford, the voice of the Ovens and Murray over the final series. If I could call upon Mandy Goyne from Sullivan's Hair and Beauty and Ovens and Murray Netball Subcommittee member Sue Truen to present the next awards, please. The Sullivan's Hair and Beauty Award are awarded to a player who each coach votes for on the opposition team on a weekly basis. These awards are for the players who have received the most votes over the course of the year. The 15 and under winner is Isabel McMahon from the Wangaratta Magpies. The 17 and under winner is Molly Moylan from the Wodonga Bulldogs. In C grade from North Albury, Georgia Pigden. The B grade winner is Ava Brock from Myrtleford. And the Sullivan's Hair and Beauty Award for A grade goes to Maggie St John's from the Wodonga Raiders. And Maggie, I might grab you if I could before you all vacate the stage. Do you want to just pop that down there? Maggie, so you've had a really consistent season, probably topped off with the win yesterday in that preliminary final that heads you into the grand final. What was the feeling like when that final siren blew yesterday?
Relief. It was a really intense game yesterday, and in the end, it really could have gone either way. Cora did a really great job. And I was so proud of all the girls. We've put a lot of work in over the last few weeks about having a more consistent game over the full 4 quarters, and I think we really delivered that yesterday, so it was exciting.
And your own game has gone from strength to strength this season. What do you put that down to?
A lot of support from the coaches at Raiders. Jodie and Chaz put in a fabulous pre-season this year, just putting in those extra efforts to try and fix those 1% things, and yeah.
Excellent. A big congratulations to all of our Sullivan Hair and Beauty Award winners. Congratulations. Yep. We move on to our Netball Hot Shot Award winners. To be considered for a Hot Shot winner, a player must have posted a certain amount of attempts at goal in the season. This year's winners, for the 15 and unders, with a percentage of 87.02% from the Wodonga Raiders, is Briley Carkeek. From the 17 and unders is Molly Moylan from Wodonga with 88.39%. In C grade, Matilda Jakes from Yarrawonga with 86.62%. They must be practicing well down in Yarrawonga. In B grade, Briar Rodigan on 86.62% in B grade. And our A grade hotshot winner for 2024 is Lily Kelly from North Albury with an 85.67%. If we could congratulate all our Hotshot Award winners tonight. We move on to our 15 and under best and fairest. If I could call back Tamara Matthews to the stage, please. Unfortunately, GoTAFE Executive Director Operations James Hargraves is a late apology and sends his regards. GoTAFE commenced a 5-year major partnership with the Ovens and Murray Netball at the start of the 2022 season. We thank them for their continued support of the league to help showcase the best country netball competition in Victoria. The 15 and unders, best and fairest. In 4th place, from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, is Gemma Corcoran. In equal 3rd, from the Wangaratta Rovers, Lily Lister and Lily Boyer from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. 2nd place, from the Wodonga Raiders, Zali Fryer. And the winner on 36 votes from the Wangaratta Rovers is Lainey Draper. Lainey polled in 14 games throughout the 2024 season with 8 best on court appearances.
I just wanted to say a quick thank you to obviously O&M, and Rovers has been just such a great club to play at this season. Thank you to the umpires. We wouldn't have a game without you. Thank you to my team. You're very great. And thank you to Mum and Dad, obviously, for bringing me everywhere all the time. Thank you.
We move on to the 17 and under best and fairest. From the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, in 3rd place is Skylar McPherson. Equal 2nd from the Wodonga Bulldogs, Molly Moylan and Sammy Murray from North Albury. And we have a tie for 1st on 26 votes from the Wangaratta Magpies and Wodonga Football Clubs are Millie O'Kane and Ari Cohen. Millie polled in 12 games and Ari 11 throughout the season with 6 and 5 best on court performances respectively.
I'd just like to say a big thank you to Kelly
and obviously Bianca and Carla, Kristen and Lily for being on our bench most of our games. A big thank you to the girls. They're a great bunch of girls. They're very exciting and fun to play with. And my mum and dad and all my family. Thank you.
I'd just like to thank Wang Maggies, the club and everyone who got us on the court each week, and my team and all the coaches. Yeah.
The C grade best and fairest. In equal fourth place on 15 votes, Olivia Shelligivas and Brooke Henwood from the Wangaratta Magpies, Rory O'Neill from the Raiders, and Hannah Azai from Albury Tigers. In third place from the Albury Tigers, Mia Junk. In second position on 25 votes, Kirby Holmquist from the Yarrawonga Pigeons. And the winner on 38 votes from the North Albury Football Netball Club is Georgia Pigden. Georgia polled in 14 games throughout the 2024 season, with 10 of those games resulting in best on-court performances.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone at North who gets us on the court each week. And my team, we had a really great season this year and we had so much fun, and Mum and Dad.
And the B grade best and fairest. In equal fourth, McKeely Gotchling from the Wangaratta Magpies and Bree Shutt from Wang Rovers on 17 votes. In equal third, Rose Henry from Wangaratta and Bridget Flint Chapman from Myrtleford on 21 votes. In second position from the North Albury Hoppers, Bethany Maloney on 22 votes. And the winner on 28 votes from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints is Ava Brock. Ava polled in 11 matches throughout the season, and 7 of these performances were voted best on court.
I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I came here tonight to support my friend Evie. The club didn't even tell me I was invited. So probably want my $75 back, chappy. But no, thank you. Thank you to the O&M for putting this on. Thank you to the coaches and the club. It's awesome. Thank you.
Well done, Ava. Best speech of the night. We're going to take a dinner break now, and then we'll commence with the rest of our Morris and Tony Wilson Medal night.
Hello and welcome back to the Tony, Wilson and Morris Medal Count. Great to have your company on the live stream, wherever the globe you may be tuning in from. My name's Gus McLeod from the O&M Live Call Team and joined by one of my favourite colleagues, Robbie McKinlay. Good evening to you, Big Mac.
Gus, good to be here, mate.
Oh, the frog in the throat first. What a start to the show.
Off to a flyer. Great to be here, mate. Probably lost the voice a bit from yesterday.
We might have to get this bloke a drink. This is one of the all-time great starts to the halftime show here.
Wow.
Of course, what a night it is. At the Tony Wilson and Morris Medal. Big shout out before we get going to everyone that is watching, but also everyone's making this live stream happen. We've got Logan and Travis Cartwright behind the cameras right now. We've got Lukey Chilcott pushing the buttons from Wangaratta and Indigo Computers. Yep. These guys put together one of the best live streams in the business. So a big shout out to those guys. Big crowd, first and foremost, in the house here at the SS&A. 265 in attendance, Robbie. And I'll tell you what, it's a nice and loud room that I'm sure our viewers at home are experiencing at present.
Yeah, off to a good start. Our great mate Panda, he's off to a flyer and excellent work. And if you've been able to interpret my first few sentences there, well done. You're having a nice, quiet Monday night. So, yep. Now, we're really pumped up for what's coming up. It's going to be a really good count.
Let's run through a couple of the award winners so far, if you've just tuned in. The Interleague Awards in the Under-15 Netball. Well done to Lainey Draper. She claimed the MVP for the Under-15 Netball. Lily McKimmie in the Under-17s. She also picked up the Players' Player as well. So, Lily did a fantastic job during the Interleague. Gracie Hay, of course, from the North Albury Hoppers. She picked up the Kim Odoin Medal. And, of course, a big shout out to Kim. We know how instrumental Kim's been in Ovens and Murray Netball as well as also Interleague. We know Kim really flew the flag to get the Ovens and Murray Interleague up and running, Robbie.
I still remember those Saturday evenings, you were getting the scores.
Yes.
What was the name of that great show we had on 2AY?
After the Siren?
After the Siren, Kim was an integral part of it with those netball scores, and she's a powerhouse of the competition.
And well done to Eliza Mooney of the Wodonga Raiders, who also picked up the Players' Player in the Interleague Opens. On to the football. Maxie Bean, he picked up the Peter Johnson Medal from the Under-18s, and he looks to be a star of the future at the Wangaratta Magpies.
Yeah, we've seen him play a few games already, and he's had a taste of it. He's going to get really good opportunity, depending which way he goes. But if he stays around the Magpies, he's going to become a really good player at that club.
And a big shout out to Bobby Jackson, who'll be tuning in at home. His man, Perry Lewis-Smith, picking up the Norm Mins medal. Perry, well, not only has he picked up a medal in the early stages of this evening, I reckon he's a hot fancy come the back end of the night with the Morris medal in his debut season at the JC Low.
Yeah, it could be. It was a good speech from Perry. I just so disappointed he didn't give Bobby Jackson a shout out.
As would Bobby.
He's #1 fan, and come on, Perry. Maybe he's holding it back for another award.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe. The Umpires of the Year, well done to Adele Ryan, who picked up the Netball Umpire of the Year, and Jeffrey Bassett, who picked up the Football Umpire of the Year. I can tell you that Jeff has been appointed to officiate this weekend's Senior Ovens and Murray Grand Final alongside Jason Rain and Ash Broughton. So three of the best in the business. And well done to Jeff. I've actually thought, Robbie, watching the game yesterday, he was one of the main officiating umpires in the preliminary final. You called the game. I thought the umpires were sensational yesterday.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and that's a great reward for Jeff too. He's been excellent. I did not know who was umpiring the game yesterday. That's how good a job they did. You just did not know they were there. They were fantastic, really adjudicated appropriately for a final like that.
Absolutely. Another one of the great new awards that's only come into the Ovens and Murray across the last couple of years is the Volunteer of the Year. Volunteer of the Year, thanks to the team at Adroit Insurance and Risk. And this year, it's heading out to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Picking up the Peter Bruin Award was Marnie Bros of the Tricolours. We know the Bros surname is synonymous out at the McNamara Reserve, and a big shout out to Marnie. She's done a power of work, particularly in the netball side of things.
Yeah, she's been a pretty hot field. So every club not only has one, they have many. But it's always a hard decision to pick one out, but I'll tell you what, whoever is the winner, they are very worthy.
And well done to all 18 nominees for the 2024 Volunteer of the Year. We had 6 life members inducted to the SS&A Ovens and Murray, starting with Lee Shippard, who, of course, has done a fantastic amount of work in the Ovens and Murray.
Yeah, Lee Shippard, it's again another very well-known name that have been doing it for years and years and decades.
Kenny Hallows, we know how much of a stalwart he's been.
Legend Kenny Hallows. He is Mr. Lavington, really. And, great man.
Well done to Kathleen Dobson, who also received life membership. Andrea Jakes, A big shout out to our very own Tamara Matthews,
Yeah, see
of
that.
course,
Yep.
Ovens and Murray netball guru, does a fantastic work with us on the live stream, but also has been playing a pivotal role flying the flag for netball, not only across the Ovens and Murray, but right across the region. Tam has done a fantastic job, been a great servant, not only at clubland, but also in league capacities, and a very worthy nomination and acceptance of our life membership.
Too young to be a life member, Tam, isn't
Oh,
she?
she's done a power of work.
Oh, yeah, no, but that's it. She's held the age well. She's done very well. So she'll be an absolute immortal by, next decade.
Legend status.
Yeah, legend status. So, no, good on you, Tam. Well done.
And speaking of legends, I was very happy to see Stephen Chuck Chalmers
Yes.
of the Lavington Panthers go into the Ovens and Murray life membership category. He is an absolute superstar, Chuck. He volunteers 12 months of the year, be it football and or cricket.
Yep.
Chuck is the definition of what a good volunteer is. If every club had a Chuck Chalmers, they'd be in a much better place.
Yeah, him and Kenny Hallows, it's really nice that those two have been put in at the same time because they've been, right ever since Lavington came in 1979, they've seen every single thing that has happened up at the Lavington Sports Ground. So well done.
A new award that come into place this year is the AFL Victoria Country Recognition of Service Medallion, and it went to a legend, a person who you see every week at the football, particularly in the finals, Dave Kefford.
Yeah, Keff, well done, and he was absolutely stunned by it, and he was overwhelmed, and a lot of pride. Anyone who knows Keff, he's just a good fella, and he's goes about his business, loves the league, loves all the clubs, and is so well known. And well done. Great recognition. That's what it's all about.
The Sullivan's Hair and Beauty Awards for our netball. Of course, these are voted upon by the opposition coach each week.
I like
they get
it.
a 3-2-1. Wouldn't mind seeing this come into the football
Yep.
just quietly next year, Robbie. Don't know if Sullivan's would be keen to sponsor, but I'm sure we could find someone else out there. Well done to Isabel McMahon of the Wangaratta Magpies, who picked up the Under-15 award. Molly Moylan of the Wodonga Bulldogs in the Under-17s. Georgia Pigden from the North Albury Hoppers in the C grade. Ava Brock from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints in the B grade, and Maggie St John of the Raiders. Now, Maggie, she has been a hot tip from a couple of our netball gurus. Not that you and I know much about netball, Robbie, but
think we do.
Oh, we think we do, and we ham it up pretty well. But I have noticed Guru MC Ree Harris, she's tipped Maggie St John to get the Tony Wilson medal. So Maggie has proven she's a worthy player with the Sullivan's Hair and Beauty Award, and wonder if the umpires think the same.
Well, you don't know, but just getting back to those awards, now, Ava Brock from Myrtleford has made the speech of the night in my book.
I missed it, so talk us through it.
Yeah, it said she came along here. The club didn't invite me. I just came to support my friend Evie, I think it was. She said, so, Chappie, I want my $75 back. So I was absolutely
you had to pay
brilliant.
for a ticket.
So I said to Kano, you better reimburse this young lady.
That's
so,
one of the great
well done,
stitch-ups.
Ava. Great speech. Yeah.
Yep, one of the great stitch-ups.
It was good.
The hot shots, well done to Briley Kirk from the Wodonga Raiders, picking up the under-15s. Hot shots with 87.2%. Molly Moyle, absolutely. I reckon better than what you and I could shoot up, Robbie. Of the under-17 grade, well done to Molly Moylan with a percentage of 88.39 from the Wodonga Bulldogs. Matilda Jakes from Yarrawonga in the C grade was 79%. Briar Rodigan with 86.62% in the B grade from the Yarrawonga Pigeons. And a bit of a, not a surprise if you've watched a lot of North Albury this year, but Lily Kelly has had an outstanding season underneath the post for the North Albury Hoppers, picking up the A-grade hot shots with 85.67%. So well done to Lily.
Yeah, and North Albury, they went out in the first week of the finals. The side who beat them, Cora Overglen, were only narrowly beaten yesterday. That showed you just how close that top five was all season. So, yeah, well done to Lily and the Hoppers. They're on the rise again, not only in football, but in netball as well.
Good place to be at present is Bunton Park. The under-15 best and fairest in the netball is heading to the WJ Finlay Oval, with Lainey Draper claiming the award with 36 votes. That's a fantastic amount of votes. So well done to Lainey.
That's 2 a game, Gus.
2 a game, Robbie. Good maths from you. In the under-17s, we had a tie. On 26 votes, we had Ari Cohen of the Wodonga Bulldogs and Millie O'Kane from the Wangaratta Magpies. So well done to both of those
famous
girls.
names in Ovens and Murray history, Cohens and O'Kanes. They're still going to be around for a bit longer yet, by the look of it.
You're going to be running out of content soon, Robbie, because another award's going to the North Albury Hoppers and Bunton Park. Georgia Pigden, on 38 votes, claimed the C-grade league best and fairest. That is an outstanding season.
Gee whiz, that's above 2 votes per game, Gus.
Great maths, Robbie.
About 2.1 for mine.
And the B grade is heading to Myrtleford, with Ava Brock claiming the B grade best and fairest on 28 votes. And that's all we've done in
far.
the first part of the night, Robbie. So plenty of
Yeah.
awards going out and plenty more to come. It really has been a great start to the Tony Wilson and Morris medal here at the SS&A.
Loving it, mate. Looking forward to what's coming up. And, I'm very interested to see, particularly that Morris medal. I think it's going to be an absolute thriller.
We might give our thoughts on the other side of the break. Stick with us here on the live stream. Hope you're enjoying the scenes tonight from the SS&A Club. My name's Gus McLeod. He's Robbie McKinlay. And the other side of the break, we're catching up with Ovens and Murray media guru. He might talk a bit more sense than you and I. Steve Turvett will join us on the other side of the break. You're watching the Ovens and Murray live stream, live from the SS&A, where you won't miss a thing. Great to have your company from the SS&A Club for the Tony Wilson and Morris medal. Big Mac, good to have you back here. Just hang on 1 second. I've got a special delivery for you, mate.
Thank you very much. Was it a fisherman's friend?
Nah, just a drink so you don't cough when you first come back on air. Some of the good stuff. And great to be joined by a man who is fastly becoming the media guru of the SS&A, Ovens and Murray. You see him around the traps and he's always doing a lot of fantastic work in the background. We speak of Steve Turvett. Steve, welcome to you. And first and foremost, well done on a fantastic contribution of the SS&A, Ovens and Murray media this year.
Cheers, Gus. I think guru is definitely going a little bit too far, but it's been a lot of fun and what a great night to be involved in.
It's absolutely fantastic and great to have you here. The first thing I want to touch on is maybe a few of your highlights of the season. For those that are unaware, all the fantastic videos that have been going up on the Ovens and Murray social media channels have come from this man here, Steve Turvett. You've covered nearly every club in football and netball senses. What have been some of your highlights of the year, Steve?
It was pretty special to be there on the day that Corowa had their first win back as a senior football side against Raiders. I was privy to maybe 1% of the work that went into getting the club back on the park this year, and just to see the reward for effort that they got on that day, and I think the emotion that came out from grandparents and friends and players and past players and supporters and well-wishers. I've covered a lot of sport in my life and I've never seen emotion on that level. So to be there in that moment, to see what it meant to the men, women, boys, girls at Corowa was absolutely amazing, and I felt very lucky to cover it that day.
And Steve, I guess then following up into the final series, you've seen a similar amount of motion on the journey of North Albury. 2 years ago, win one game, get the wooden spoon, and we've seen them get through to a preliminary final yesterday. They're leading at half time, and they've probably finally ran out of steam, But a bold effort, and some of the work from those first two finals victories must have been just another great thrill for you to put together.
Yeah, it was, absolutely. And even through the home and away season, just to see I think it was round 2 when they beat Wangaratta, and to see Tony Burns, the president, after the game, punching the air, hugging supporters, just absolutely the emotion pouring out of him as the players came in to sing the song. And that was only early in the year. And so for the momentum to have built as it did towards the point where we thought they were definitely in finals, and then it started to become into doubt, and round 18 became effectively an elimination final, and just to ride that roller coaster, that journey with them, and the support that comes out of the woodwork when North Albury are up and about. That Hopper Army is louder than any other crowd in the league. The boys in front of that can bar, they absolutely love it. And just to see what it meant to the players, the likes of George Goody, who's been there in the real low moments, for him to get that reward and to see that smile on his face, and the old boys and girls around the club, sensational.
And I guess now that North Albury have dropped out of it, but you can follow on with another story. You've got the Wangaratta Rovers story now, a club that was so successful when they won their first premiership in 1958, then it built a bit in the 60s. The 70s were unbelievable. I think nearly 10 premierships, 10 grand finals in a row. So now it would be a hell of a story down at the WJ Finlay.
Oh, sleeping giant, I think is the term that comes to mind, and was surprised when I was doing my homework as to how long it had been since they'd been in the grand final, because we've seen them have relative success, get back up amongst it in the last few years, whereas North Albury have climbed very quickly from the bottom to the top. And so again, to see the hard work that's been put in by presidents, by Barry Sullivan, by committee members, and to build that club from the ground up. And it's not just the senior football side, it's the strength of the club across the grades, the acknowledgement that was given when the 17 and under netball side made the grand final on the weekend. The thirds had just made it in. They got the netballers in. They said, everyone, come in, hold the song, wait for the girls to come in. That's special. That's a proper club there.
Steve, we are running out of time before we have to go back on stage. We can't let you go without a tip. Tony Wilson medal, who are you thinking?
I think seeing Sophie Hanrahan play to the level that she's done not only in the O&M this year, but what she's done down in Melbourne has been incredible. 4th time for her, I think.
It would be history making if Sophie can claim her 4th. And what about the football, the big one, the Morris medal?
Well, I talk about the big one. I think the big man, Isaac Muller, just the way that he's been so dominant in an Albury side that has struggled to reach the heights of previous years. I would be surprised if we didn't see him on top of the leaderboard.
Watch this space. We'll find out very soon. On the other side of the break, we're crossing back to your MCs for this evening, Ree Harris and Blake Panda-Escott. Stick with us here on the live stream. Plenty more to come. It's the O&M live stream, live from the SS&A Club, where you won't miss a thing.
Hi everyone, it's only me. I've just put the finishing touches to one of my very last videos for season 2024. The Centre Court Challenge has been one of my favourite projects this year because it's had a bit of everything. From absolute brilliance to complete bewilderment.
What did I say?
And from the bounce outs to sheer bloody mindedness.
Shay Crimmins, mid-quarter, attempt number 3.
Come on, Shay, I think that's enough for now, don't you? Especially as there's a group of people that have been waiting patiently for their moment in the spotlight. As the whispers of, "I could do that," began to grow louder, I thought it was only fair to put them to the test. Roll VT.
Gus McLeod, O&M Live, 3rd grade cricketer. I'll do my best work at the canteen. That's good. Oh, just right.
David Sinclair, Chairman of the SS&A Ovens and Murray, and wannabe netballer. Close but no cigar.
Tamara Matthews, I'm the Murray Netball Director.
G'day, Blake Pandarescott here, O&M Live. I sit in the box most Saturdays. I've got no sporting ability. I've played 5 North Albury Twos games with an average losing margin of 100 points, but I'm going to beat Gussie here.
Kane Arundachkis, Division 8 mixed netball, midweek, rolling sub.
Hello, Andrew Morris from the Border Mail. Now, Steve's just asked me to go in the Centre Court Challenge. I must admit, when it comes to sporting ability, I've got much more ability as a sports journalist. Played a season of basketball, used to throw the ball underarm. I'm actually going to go with the same technique, so let's see how we go.
Daniel Vaccaro, 40 wing stat check. Michael Bouquet, Operations Manager. Scott Montgomery, O&M Live, court side, thanks to the Newmarket.
And I think another round of applause needs to go to Steve Turvitt. Those videos during this season have been phenomenal. I am also a little bit disappointed that I didn't get a chance to have a shot at the half shot challenge, but that might be something for, next year. I'd like to welcome the SS&A O&M Director David Morris, Netball Subcommittee Member Andy Jakes, and Chairman of the SS&A Club, Mr. Eddie Dunlop, to the stage, please. I'd like to introduce the nominees of this year's Rising Star Awards. For the month of April, Madison Lishke from North Albury and Jack Costello from Lavington. For the month of May, Lily McKimmie from the Wodonga Bulldogs and Nick Payton from the Lavington Panthers. In June, Kalisha Pell from the Yarrawonga Pigeons and Charlie Holland-Dean from the Wangaratta Magpies. And Charlie is an apology tonight. In July, Evie Hughes from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints and Archer Scammell from the Wodonga Raiders. And for August, Eliza Mooney from the Wodonga Raiders and Jessie Hart from the Lavington Panthers.
Round of applause once again for all of our monthly nominees. Fantastic young stars of our competition. We'll move on to our Richard Hamilton medalist, which is the rising star for the SS&A Ovens and Murray in the football. And the winner of the Richard Hamilton medal for 2024 from the Lavington Panthers is Jack Costello. Our Netball Diamond Rising Star Award is donated by Coronet Jewellers in Albury. And the winner of the Diamond Rising Star Award from the North Albury Hoppers is Madison Lischke. Jack, obviously a whirlwind 2024. You played in the Thirds Premiership last year and made your Ovens and Murray debut in the last, sort of year and a half. How have you felt under Adam Schneider, and you really flourished this year?
No, it's been a good year this year, so I've managed to fit in the side pretty well, and Schneider's made me play my role, so I've just figured it out. So it's been a good year though.
You run all day on that wing, and you're as tough as nails for a young fella, mate. What do you put that down to?
Oh, just hard work, and I've got a good running back here as well, so that helps as well.
Anyone you'd like to thank, Jack?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the other nominees on their great seasons they've had. I'd like to thank my mum and dad, thank the SS&A and Ovens and Murray for tonight. It's been a great night, and thanks to everyone.
Jack Costello, ladies and gentlemen. We'll pass the microphone along to Maddie. Maddie, fantastic effort. Listening to Liv and Minna on the podcast pretty much every week. They always bring you up as one of the up-and-coming young wing attacks in the competition. How have you liked your second year at North Albury?
I've really loved this season. I feel like we've really gelled as a group, and it's really shown, and I can't wait to see what next year brings. You have a great combination with Em in the mid-court, in centre. What's it like playing under her? It's really, really amazing. I feel like she's really the one that makes me look good on the court. And I'll say that every single day, but it's pretty amazing, and I'm really, really lucky to have her, and the club is too. The girls finished in 4th position this year and went down in a thrilling elimination final, but you must be looking forward to next year. Yeah, we were really happy to make it to finals considering it's been a few years. But we did really well, and I can't wait to see next year and another year with the girls. Anyone you'd like to thank, Maddie? I'd like to thank the O&M officials, umpires and volunteers, the club and my family for their support and giving me the opportunities to get me where I am today. To the girls, I really loved every second of this year. And to Coach M, she's just awesome to play with, and we're so beyond lucky to have her. And she's brought us and the girls a really long way, so thanks, Em. Well said, Maddie. Congratulations, Maddie and Jack and all of our nominees. We'll move on now to our McRae Motors Thirds Player of the Year Award. Unfortunately, Mick Blomley from McRae Motors sends his apologies for tonight, so I'll call upon O&M First Year Director Brett Anderson to present this award. McRae Motors have been a long-time partner of the SS&A Ovens and Murray Football Netball League and great supporters of the Thirds competition. The voting system for this award was determined by each Thirds club coach after each home and away fixture, selecting the best team player from each team.
The winner of the 2024 Macrae Motors Thirds Player of the Year from the Wangaratta Rovers Football Netball Club is Harry McMonagle. Harry was named in the best players 12 times this season, including the Rovers' 100-point demolition job on the weekend, the preliminary final. He also played in the under-18 interleague side and made his Rovers debut, I think we called that one, in round 7 against Wodonga. He's played a couple of senior games and will also feature in the Wang Rovers Wang Derby Grand Final on Sunday. Harry, anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank the Ovens and Murray and SS&A for hosting tonight, the volunteers that volunteer every week, Mum and Dad and the boys for a good year, and hopefully get it done on the weekend. Cheers.
Well done, Harry. A bright future ahead. I'd like to call upon Gus McLeod from 1494 2AY and O&M Live, and also Ian Gambold from Oak FM to present our media awards for 2024. Ironically, we have the same winner for both of these media awards, and that is Isaac Muller from the Albury Football Club. Big thanks to Ultimate Fasteners for sponsoring the O&M Live Award, and also to Oak FM for the wonderful work they do in terms of their media coverage in the competition.
Bit taller. Thanks to O&M Live and Gambo at Oak FM. It's a pleasure that someone might like me in the media, but it's been a challenging year at Albury, but I'd like to thank the Albury Football Club for the season we've had, to all the award winners, to the volunteers, the O&M. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. It's an honour. I don't have near the amount of talent as most people in this room, but yeah, congratulations to everyone tonight, and thank you. Cheers.
Well done, Izzy, and thanks to Gambo and to Gussie as well. We'll move on now to some of our goal-kicking awards, and we'll start with the Thirds Football Leading Goal Kicker Award, which is, of course, the John Longmire Medal. And as Sink has alluded to a little bit earlier, he's got bigger fish to fry on Friday night in a big preliminary final. He's a former North Melbourne champion, a Coleman medalist, and a premiership, now obviously current coach of the Sydney Swans. I'd like to call upon O&M Director David Kefford and also Fred Longmire, John's father, to the stage to present the John Longmire Medal. And the winner of the John Longmire Medal from the Wangaratta Rovers Football Netball Club with 52 goals is Oscar Cleland. Oscar kicked goals in every game bar 2, including some big bags of 8 and 7 in 2024, and he will once again feature in the Rovers Wang Derby Grand Final on Sunday.
I'd just like to thank the SS&A and Ovens and Murray for tonight. They are my family, my parents, for the opportunities you've given me, and the Wangaratta Rovers Football Club. Can't wait for this weekend. Thank you.
Well done, Oscar, and that's a grand final week haircut if I've ever seen one too, mate. Looking very, very fresh. We'll move on now to our Reserves Football Leading Goal Kicker Award. And with 59 goals from the Wangaratta Magpies Football Netball Club is Thomas Gorman. Unfortunately, Thomas is unable to be here tonight. He sends his apologies, so we'll ask Wangaratta co-president John Henry to join us on stage to accept the award on Thomas's behalf. Tom's the captain of the Wangaratta Magpies reserve side. He kicked 2 bags of 8 and a haul of 7 in season 2024, and he will feature in the Magpies grand final side against Albury in the reserves on Sunday. So well done to Tommy Gorman. We'll move on now to our Senior Football Leading Goal Kicker Award, which is, of course, the Doug Strang Medal. And I'd like to welcome Adam Strang and his son Eli to the stage, who are representing the Strang family tonight to present the award. Doug Strang is a former Richmond and Albury champion. He currently is the joint record holder for the most goals in an Ovens and Murray season with 126. And of course, the winner of the Doug Strang medal from the North Albury Football Netball Club is Josh Minogue with 61 goals. Including finals, Josh kicked goals in 20 of 21 games in 2024 for the Hoppers, including a season-high 11 in round 4 against the Wodonga Raiders. In his second year returning to the Hoppers, he emerged as the competition's premier key forward, and he's the Hoppers' first Doug Strang medalist since Adam Pryor back in 2013. Not a bad year, Joshy.
Yeah, it's been a super enjoyable one.
What's been your highlight in terms of your second year of playing with North Albury, obviously returning for the first time since 2014?
Definitely the finals series this year. Obviously a bit of a disappointing result on Sunday, but yeah, a lot of positives to take out of the year, I think.
Anyone you'd like to thank, Joshy?
Firstly, I'd just like to thank the Strang family for the award, the Ovens and Murray and the SS&A for putting on this evening, the North Albury Footy Club, both those on and off the field. Yeah, as I mentioned before, been a super enjoyable year, and family, my partner, for all their support over the year.
Well done, Joshy. Josh Minogue, ladies and gentlemen. And a big thanks to the Strang family as well. We'll move on to our Club Championship Awards.
And I'd like to invite SS&A O&M directors Jamie Ramage and Tamara Matthews back onto the stage to present the next awards. The Anne Lawrence Trophy is for the Netball Club Championship. Each week in the competition, each club earns 2 points for a win in each grade of football and netball, with the overall winner accumulating the most points throughout the home and away season. The Anne Lawrence Trophy for the Netball Club Championship this year goes to the Wodonga Raiders Football Netball Club. And I'd like to invite Zenon McCarty and Leonie Mooney up to receive this award. This is the second year in a row that the Raiders have won this award. This year they had 4 out of 5 netball teams going deep into finals, and it will see their 15 and unders into the grand final and their A grade contesting their second straight A grade grand final. So a fantastic effort. Leonie, another really successful season for the Raiders in the netball side of things. What do you put that down to?
I think we just, our girls have got a taste for it now. We know what it takes. We know the hard work that goes into it, and they're just really excited to be a part of it. So.
And the vibes going into this weekend must be very high.
They're measured vibes.
Not giving too much away. Please congratulate the Wodonga Raiders on the Netball Club Championship.
We'll move on now to the Football Club Championship, which is, of course, the Cleaver Bunton Cup. Cleaver Bunton was a long-time administrator of the SS&A Ovens and Murray and was an inaugural inductee into the league's Hall of Fame. This award has been presented since 1991. The winner of the Cleaver Bunton Cup for 2024 is the Wangaratta Rovers Football Netball Club. I'd like to invite Co-President Wally Pasquale to the stage to accept this award on behalf of the Rovers. Or Barry Sullivan. This is the second time in 3 years the Rovers have won the Cleaver Bunton Cup, and they're going to play in all 3 football grand finals on the weekend. There you go. As I just said, Baz, all 3 football grand finals. I think that's a dream of pretty much every Ovens and Murray club.
Yeah, thanks, Panda. Look, first of all, I'd like to say how great it was for Coral Rutherglen to come back into the comp, and also acknowledge all of the footy committees and operations and coaches for such an even season. It was just a fantastic season for everybody. Anyone could win at any time. What was your question again? Sorry, Panda.
Good. All 3 grand finals on the weekend?
Yeah, look, we missed out on the reserves, but we're really looking forward to the under-18s and the senior match for us. And, it's a real credit to Sam Murray and Mick Pellegrino and Dan McCarthy for what they've done in our footy club, and also Ben Kneebone and Shane Flynn in the reserves. They've done a great job. And
you must be pretty happy you got all 3 Wang derbies in the seniors this year?
Yes, I finally got there. But look, they were all close contests, the first couple, and we were lucky to get over the line, and we had a good run at Coral. We're there in the semi.
Best luck in the thirds and the seniors.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
And if I could please welcome Robbie Allen from Road Safe North East to join Jamie and Tamara on stage to present the overall club championship. This year, the winner of the overall club championship is the Wangaratta Magpies Football Netball Club. And I'd like to welcome Co-President John Henry to collect the award. Since the awards' inception in 2010, this is Wangaratta's 3rd club championship. John, obviously we've got some netball teams contesting on Sunday, and overall your club has been successful again this year with many grades represented over the finals series. What is the biggest thing that brings the culture alive at Wangaratta Magpies?
We've got the C grade in on Sunday, and then our thirds and seconds, so that's good luck to those sides, and good luck to all sides playing on Sunday. Probably the biggest thing that happened for us over the pre-season was that we did a development at our change rooms, and that was a whole of club effort. So we had a lot of our sponsors and local businesses and that chipped in. We funded a lot of it ourselves, and what we did, we brought our netball and football clubs under the one roof, and that's made a massive difference with our social functions, everything else. So that was a big game changer for us, and also going forward it sort of brought the whole of the club together, so which is so important now.
Absolutely. Thanks John Henry.
Well done, Henners, and well done to the Wang Magpies Football Netball Club, certainly a powerhouse in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. We'll move on now to our respective Best and Fairest Award. There's one of these tonight. I'd like to welcome SS&A O&M Director Des Lonergan to the stage to present this award. In 2000, the Ovens and Murray Football Netball League awarded retrospective Morris medals to senior footballers who had polled the same number of votes as the winner, but were denied the honour of a medal under the countback system at the time. thanks to some in-depth research from league history buff Justin Kelly, in conjunction with the O&M board member Des Lonigan. Last year, 5 players across the reserves and thirds competitions were recognised and awarded retrospective medals as being eligible under the current voting format. Since last year's Morris and Wilson medal count, further research has uncovered another under-18s medalist who needs to be recognised due to losing on a countback in 1989 to Raiders teammate Phil Partington. It is with great pleasure to announce Martin Tittenser as a long overdue thirds Best and Fairest Award winner and a Leo Dean medalist from 1989. Unfortunately, Martin is unable to be in attendance tonight and sends his apologies. We ask current Raiders President Zenon McCarty to the stage to accept the award on Martin's behalf. Well done, Zenon, and congratulations once again to Martin Tittenser, the 1989 Leo Dean medalist. Hopefully you're watching on the live stream at home, Martin. Well done. We'll just have a little bit of quiet for the next couple of minutes, guys. We'll move on now to our thirds, Best and Fairest, which is the Leo Dean medal. Leo Dean was a thirds player with the Wangaratta Football Netball Club who tragically passed away in a work accident, and the award was named in his honour. This award has been presented to the best and fairest player in the thirds competition since 1973. In third position, on 18 votes from Wangaratta, is Oscar Roberts. In second, on 19 votes from the Lavington Panthers, Cooper Hall. And the winner, on 22 votes from the Wodonga Football Netball Club, is James Groman. James polled in 9 games throughout the 2024 season with an incredible 6 best on-ground performances. He was named the Dogs' best players 7 times, booting 12 goals as well. He also played 6 reserve games, being named in the best on 3 of those occasions.
I'd just like to thank O&M and SS&A to hold us tonight for a great season as well. Our team didn't do too well, but I'd like to say thanks to our coach, Driz, who got all of us boys, most of us from a different club, so he got us all together. He made us come as one, and we had a really enjoyable season. So just thank you to everyone. Thank you to all the volunteers, especially Wodonga, for having us. So thank you.
Well done to James, your Leo Dean medalist, thirds best and fairest winner for season 2024. We'll move on now to our reserves best and fairest award, which is the Leo Burke medal. This award was named in recognition for the long-standing services that Leo Burke rendered to the Yarrawonga Football Netball Club and the Ovens and Murray Football Netball League. The award has been presented since 1953. In third position, from the Albury Tigers on 17 votes, is Will Harbright. In second, from the Wangaratta Magpies on 21 votes, is Braden Marjanovic. And the winner, on 24 votes, from the Wangaratta Rovers Football Netball Club, is Noah Amory. Noah was named in the best on 12 occasions in 2024. He also booted 15 goals. Unfortunately for Noah, his Rovers outfit were knocked out in the prelim finals on the weekend, but has also played a sprinkling of senior football over the previous couple of seasons as well.
First of all, just like to thank the SS&A and the Ovens and Murray for putting on the night. I'd also like to thank God, like to thank my family, my father and my brother over there. Like to thank the Wang Rovers Football Club, especially Benny Kneebone and Shane Flynn for coaching us through the year. Great bunch of lads, and it was one of the best years I reckon I've had of football. So also like to thank all of our sponsors at the club. I won't name any of them because I'll forget one of them. But yeah, thanks very much and good luck to everyone on the weekend.
We'd now like to recognise our Netball Team of the Year. This year, the team was selected from club nominations and league and media representatives. From defence, in goalkeeper, Sophie Hanrahan, Cora Rutherglen. In goal defence, Kylie Leslie, the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Wing defence, Leah Genvy from the Wangaratta Magpies. In centre, Emily Brown from the North Albury Hoppers. Wing attack, her sidekick, Maddie Lishke from the North Albury Hoppers. In goal attack, Khalid Chappelle from the Yarrawonga Pigeons. In goal shooter, Lily Kelly from the North Albury Hoppers. On the interchange, Sally Hunter, Cora Rutherglen. Hannah Grady, Wangaratta Magpies. Izzy Newton, Wangaratta Magpies. Emily Stewart, the Wodonga Raiders. And Laura Ryan, the Yarrawonga Pigeons. The captain of this team is Kylie Leslie. And the coach for the year 2024 is Jodie House from the Wodonga Raiders. And Gus McLeod, I'll throw to you there with Jodie.
Thanks, Reed. Do have the 2024 Coach of the Year, Jodie House, with me. Jodie, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Quite a surprise.
Not a surprise, finished on top of the ladder and did so for a reason. The Raiders netball program has been a revelation across the last few years. Talk us through a few of the changes all the way from the top at A grade all the way down to the under-15s.
Yeah, I actually think it starts in the reverse, that we've had a real focus on our junior program and then in every effort tried to hang on to those junior players and then brought them through up into our senior ranks. So hence such a young side that we have at Raiders in our A grade team.
How's the heart rate after yesterday's preliminary final?
Today was a write-off. I didn't do anything, and I think at one stage it was up around the sort of 120 beats per minute with about 30 seconds to go, so it was an exciting game.
Into the big dance once again. What's the preparation looking like this week?
We probably won't do anything different to what we've done all year. We've had a pretty structured season with the way we've gone about things. So we'll do our training on Tuesday and Thursday, and then our Friday night dinner that we do every week gets pushed to a Saturday. So we'll get together and the girls will probably finish doing their silly Sunday costumes and play their card games like they do every week.
All the important stuff ahead of a grand final. Taking a look at the team of the year. Obviously, the starting seven is star-studded and also a very good interchange as well. If you could pick one player from the 2024 team of the year to come across the Raiders, who would it be?
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? Look, I wouldn't mind Soph Hanrahan lining up on the court with our current defence end. That would make a good lineup.
Absolutely. Jodie, congratulations, the 2024 Coach of the Year.
Thank you.
Back to you, Panda.
Thanks, Gussie. We'll move on now to our Football Ovens and Murray Team of the Year for 2024, and this award is brought to you by 1494 2AY. The 2024 Ovens and Murray Football Netball League Team of the Year for senior football was selected by a group of compromising league officials and media representatives. We'll start in the back line. Back pocket from the Cora Rutherglen Football Club, Ryan Ayres. Fullback, Ned Pendergast from Yarrawonga. Back pocket, Charlie Morrison from the Wodonga Bulldogs. Half-back, Julian Hayes from the North Albury Hoppers. Centre half-back, Tom Boyd from the Wangaratta Rovers. And on the other half-back flank, Xavier Allison from the Wangaratta Rovers. On the wing, Perry Lewis-Smith from the Yarrawonga Pigeons. In the centre, Willie Wheeler from the Yarrawonga Pigeons. And on the other wing, Brodie Philo from the Wangaratta Rovers. On the half-forward flank, Sean Driscoll from the Lavington Panthers. At centre half-forward, Lee Williams from the Yarrawonga Pigeons. At half forward, Jackson East from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. In the forward pocket, Callum Moore from the Wangaratta Magpies. Full forward, your Doug Strang medalist Josh Minogue from the North Albury Hoppers. And in the other forward pocket, Lockie Murphy-Dale from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. In the ruck, Isaac Muller from the Albury Tigers. Your ruck rover, Tim Broomhead from the North Albury Hoppers. And the rover, Sam Murray from the Wangaratta Rovers. On the interchange, Caden Winter from the North Albury Hoppers. Cam Alish-Yeoman from the Wodonga Raiders. Noah Bradshaw from the Wodonga Bulldogs, and Sam Catapan from the Wangaratta Rovers. Captain is Charlie Morrison from the Wodonga Bulldogs. And the Coach of the Year, hard to go past, Steve Johnson from Yarrawonga, with the Pigeons only losing the one game. We'll cross now to Gus McLeod, who I believe is catching up with Team of the Year ruck rover, Tim Broomhead.
Thanks, Panda. Timmy, another Team of the Year for you. You've had one as a coach and now as a player. First and foremost, congratulations on a great individual season.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's been really enjoyable, obviously. Us as a club, we've improved a lot again this year, and obviously when you're winning games, it makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Talk us through the rise of North Albury. 2 years ago, you won the Wooden Spoon. Yesterday, you played off in a really strong preliminary final, won 2 finals, probably against the odds to the external world, not necessarily internally at Bunton Park. But what have you put the rise in success down and the real changing of the guard?
I think, going back a couple of years, we had a really young group, and there's just been so much growth from so many guys at the club. You look at the Gardeners, Archer, Jack Penny. You could, name a heap of players. But that's why we're improving. Those guys have bought into what we're doing, and they're leading from the front at a young age, and hopefully we'll just keep on improving.
An outstanding season from yourself. In your first year, you probably admitted it yourself, you found a little bit hard to adjust to the competition. Now you're one of the best players in the league. What have you put your sort of uprise in form down to? Is it more support in the engine room? Is it maybe giving yourself the luxury to go between the midfield and full forward? What's been the change in your personal game?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I tried to get a bit fitter over the last couple of years. I think when I first started at North, I was a little bit out of shape. So, it's probably working a bit harder. And like I said, when we're winning games of footy, it makes it a bit easier to perform.
You've seen both of the two sides that'll play off in the grand final. Obviously, yesterday the Rovers were a little bit too strong, and Yarrawonga have been the perennial powerhouse all year. Who's your tip going into Sunday?
Yeah, I think they've both been the best two teams all year, but you can't go past Yarra. I think they're such a well-organised outfit. They've got class all over the ground. I think it's going to be really hard to beat them.
All the best for the off-season, Timmy, and we can't wait to see what the Hoppers have in store for 2025.
Thanks, mate.
Back to you.
And now time to an exciting part of the evening, the Tony Wilson Medal. If I could call upon SS&A O&M Director Tamara Matthews and Netball Subcommittee Member Chrissy Boehm to commence the vote count. If you can cast your eyes to the screen, we'll look at rounds 1 to 9.
The 2024 season started with a bang as M. Stewart and the Raiders avenged last year's heartache in the grand final rematch. Lily McKimmie and the Dogs upset the Saints round 2, while Hannah Grady and the Pies scored a tight win over the Hoppers. The Tigers prevailed over the Panthers in round 3 despite injury concerns to star Sky Hillier. Sophie Hanrahan and the Roos moved to 3-0 with a win over North Albury. In round 4, 38 goals from Amanda Umansky proved the difference in a 7-goal win for the Pies over the Pigeons. M. Brown and the Hoppers downed their rivals on Anzac Day as Maddie Lloyd and the Panthers scored their first win of the season over the Rovers. Sophie Hanrahan celebrated a big milestone against her 2023 club as the Roos moved to 6-0 with a win against the Saints.
Big part right with a great pace.
Round 7 saw Wodonga shooters Lily McKimmie and Cara Woodman both shoot at over 80% in the Dogs' 5-goal win over the Rovers. Three-time Tony Wilson medalist Em Brown and young hopper Maddie Lischke led the green and gold to a statement win over the Pigeons in round 8. A final minute goal to Raiders shooter Taylor Donnellan handed the Magpies their first loss of the season in a top-of-the-table thriller in round 9. A familiar foe returned for the Panthers in round 10 as the Raiders, led by Maggie St John in the midcourt, prevailed by just 4 goals in the second grand final rematch. A best encore performance from Magpie star Hannah Grady proved too much for Em Brown and the Hoppers in round 11. Lavington scored their second win of the season over the Tigers in round 12. Maddie Lischke and the Hoppers bounced back over the Roos.
We'll take a look at the leaderboard after round 9. Some familiar faces and names among them. In 4th position from the Coral Rutherglen Roos on 11 votes is Sally Hunter. In 3rd position from the North Albury Hoppers on 12 votes is Maddie Lischke. In equal second and teammates from the Wodonga Raiders on 14 votes is Emily Stewart and Maggie St John. And at round 9, we have equal leaders. Emily Brown, Sophie Hanrahan and Hannah Grady. All tied on 15 votes.
Round 10, Albury versus Corowa. 1 vote, Albury, Sky Hillier. 2 votes, Corowa, Indy Fraunfelder. 3 votes, Corowa, Ella Kingston. North Albury versus Myrtleford. 1 vote, North Albury, Maddie Lischke. 2 votes, North Albury, Emily Brown. 3 votes, North Albury, Grace Hay. Lavington versus Raiders. 1 vote, Lavington, Taylor Ferbera. 2 votes, Raiders, Blaney House. 3 votes, Raiders, Maggie St John. Wodonga versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote, Yarrawonga, Gemma Grimmond. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Maddie Allen. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Annalise Grinter. Rovers versus Magpies. 1 vote, Rovers, Sammy Krelsham. 2 votes, Magpies, Izzy Newton. 3 votes, Magpies, Hannah Grady.
Round 11, Raiders versus Albury. Raiders, 1 vote, Taylor Donnellan. 2 votes, Raiders, Maggie St John. 3 votes, Raiders, Emily Stewart. Corowa versus Rovers. 1 vote, Rovers, Ebony Norris. 2 votes, Rovers, Molly Murray. 3 votes, Rovers, Kim Borger. Wang versus North Albury. 1 vote, Wang, Leah Gemvey. 2 votes, North Albury, Emily Brown. 3 votes, Wangaratta, Hannah Grady. Myrtleford versus Wodonga. 1 vote, Myrtleford, Rebecca Piazza. 2 votes, Myrtleford, Emma Sharp. 3 votes, Myrtleford, Evie Hughes. Yarrawonga versus Lavington. 1 vote, Lavington, Olivia Sanson. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Laura Irvine. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Kylie Leslie.
Round 12, Wang Rovers versus Raiders. 1 vote, Raiders, Molly Goldsworthy. 2 votes, Raiders, Eliza Mooney. 3 votes, Raiders, Mackenzie House. North Albury versus Corowa. 1 vote, Corowa, Ella Kingston. 2 votes, North Albury, Maddie Lishke. 3 votes, North Albury, Grace Hay. Wodonga versus Wangaratta. 1 vote, Wodonga, Lily McKimmie. 2 votes, Wodonga, Cara Woodman. 3 votes, Wangaratta, Shay Crimmins. Yarrawonga versus Myrtleford. 1 vote, Myrtleford, Tina Way. 2 votes, Myrtleford, Evie Hughes. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Annalise Grinter. Lavington versus Albury. 1 vote, Albury, Kajana McCowan. 2 votes, Lavington, Maddie Lloyd. 3 votes, Lavington, Ange DeManuel.
At the leaderboard after round 12. In 5th position, Grace Hay, the North Albury Hoppers, on 12 votes. In 4th position, Emily Stewart, Wodonga Raiders, on 17 votes. In equal 3rd, Sophie Hanrahan, Coral Rutherglen and Maddie Lishke, North Albury. In equal 2nd, Emily Brown, North Albury Hoppers and Maggie St John, Wodonga Raiders. And at the conclusion of round 12, your leader is Hannah Grady of the Wangaratta Magpies on 21 votes.
Sophie Hanrahan and the Roos grabbed their 9th win of the season in round 13. Maggie St John and the Raiders edged out the Hoppers by 9 goals. Amanda Umansky shot at 75% in awful conditions in Myrtleford as the Magpies notched up win number 12 in round 14. Kalisha Pell was almost perfect for the Pigeons under the ring as they upset the Raiders in a round 15 thriller. Em Brown and the Hoppers were too strong for the Rovers. The Pies and the Roos resumed hostilities in round 16, with the black and white prevailing by the nearest of margins. The Pigeons and the Hoppers played out a thrilling draw in round 17. Maggie St John led the Raiders to a nail-biting win over the Roos.
There is a little bit of difference at the moment insofar as I feel like you're two junior sides.
Maddie Lishke and Em Brown proved too strong for the Dogs. The Raiders claimed their first ever minor premiership, victorious by 6 goals over the Pies.
Round 13, Raiders versus North Albury. 1 vote Raiders, Emily Stewart. 2 votes Raiders, Maggie St John. 3 votes North Albury, Emily Brown. Corora versus Wodonga. 1 vote Wodonga, Anna Beers. 2 votes Corora, Sally Hunter. 3 votes Corora, Sophie Hanrahan. Wangaratta versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote Wangaratta, Katie Dean. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Kylie Leslie. 3 votes Wangaratta, Hannah Grady. Myrtleford versus Lavington. 1 vote Myrtleford, Rebecca Piazza. 2 votes Myrtleford, Maddie Martin. 3 votes Myrtleford, Daisy O'Kane. Albury versus Rovers. 1 vote Rovers, Sammy Croucham. 2 votes Albury, Heidi Fisher. 3 votes Albury, Neve Thorne.
Round 14, Wodonga versus Raiders. 1 vote Raiders, Maggie St John. 2 votes Wodonga, Alicia Coyle. 3 votes Raiders, Blaney House. Yarrawonga versus Corora. 1 vote Corora, Sally Hunter. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Bridget Casa. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Maddie Allen. Myrtleford versus Wangaratta. 1 vote, Wangaratta, Leah Genvy. 2 votes, Wangaratta, Georgia Clark. 3 votes, Wangaratta, Amanda Yamansky. North Albury versus Albury. 1 vote, Albury, Justine Willis. 2 votes, North Albury, Maddie Lishke. 3 votes, North Albury, Emily Brown. Rovers versus Lavington. 1 vote, Lavington, Olivia Sanson. 2 votes, Rovers, Michaela Trethown. 3 votes, Lavington, Taylor Ferbra.
Round 15, Raiders versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote, Raiders, Maggie St John. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Emily Larissy. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Kalisha Pell. Myrtleford versus Corowa. 1 vote, Corowa, Zoe Prentice. 2 votes, Corowa, Ella Kingston. 3 votes, Corowa, Indy Formfelder. Albury versus Wodonga. 1 vote, Wodonga, Alicia Coyle. 2 votes, Albury, Justine Willis. 3 votes, Albury, Sky Hillier. Lavington versus Wangaratta. 1 vote, Lavington, Ange Demanuel. 2 votes, Wangaratta, Izzy Newton. 3 votes, Lavington, Kate Masturati. Rovers versus North Albury. 1 vote, North Albury, Maddie Lesky. 2 votes, Rovers, Sammy Croucham. 3 votes, North Albury, Emily Brown.
Round 16. North Albury versus Lavington. 1 vote, North Albury, Maddie Lishke. 2 votes, North Albury, Emily Brown. 3 votes, North Albury, Grace Hay. Myrtleford versus Raiders. 1 vote, Raiders, Eliza Mooney. 2 votes, Raiders, Mackenzie House. 3 votes, Raiders, Emily Stewart. Wangaratta versus Corowa. 1 vote, Wangaratta, Brooke Thorpe. 2 votes, Corowa, Sophie Hanrahan. 3 votes, Wangaratta, Katie Dean. Yarrawonga versus Albury. 1 vote, Yarrawonga, Kylie Leslie. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Kalisha Pell. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Laura Irvine. Wodonga versus Rovers. 1 vote, Rovers, Gracie Reid. 2 votes, Rovers, Kim Borgia. 3 votes, Rovers, Michaela Trethown.
Round 17, Corowa versus Raiders. 1 vote, Raiders, Taylor Donnellan. 2 votes, Corowa, Sally Hunter. 3 votes, Raiders, Maggie St John. Wangaratta versus Albury. 1 vote, Wangaratta, Amanda Umansky. 2 votes, Wangaratta, Leah Genvy. 3 votes, Wangaratta, Brooke Thorpe. Myrtleford versus Rovers. 1 vote, Rovers, Gracie Reid. 2 votes, Myrtleford, Emma Sharp. 3 votes, Myrtleford, Evie Hughes. Yarrawonga versus North Albury. 1 vote, North Albury, Maddie Lesky. 2 votes, North Albury, Lily Kelly. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Emily Larissy. Wodonga versus Lavington. 1 vote, Lavington, Ange Demanuel. 2 votes, Lavington, Taylor Ferber. 3 votes, Lavington, Olivia Sanson.
You're not on, Ray.
Try that again. We will look at the leaderboard after round 17. In equal fifth, a name synonymous to this medallion, Sophie Hanrahan from the Coral Rutherglen Roos and Maddie Leschke on 20 votes. In fourth position, on 21 votes, Emily Stewart from the Wodonga Raiders. In third position, from the Wangaratta Magpies, on 24 votes, Hannah Grady. In second position, on 26 votes, from the Wodonga Raiders, Maggie St John. And a very clear leader, Emily Brown from the North Albury Hoppers on 30 votes. If I could call Tony Wilson to the stage, please, before we read the votes for round 18.
Round 18. Is that working? Raiders versus Wangaratta. 1 vote, Wangaratta, Katie Dean. 2 votes, Wangaratta, Shay Crimmins. 3 votes, Wodonga Raiders, Eliza Mooney. Lavington versus Corowa. 1 vote, Corowa, Amity Drayton. 2 votes, Corowa, Sally Hunter. 3 votes, Corowa, Indy Fraunfelder. Albury versus Myrtleford. 1 vote, Albury, Gabe McRae. 2 votes, Myrtleford, Evie Hughes. 3 votes, Myrtleford, Daisy O'Kane. Rovers versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote, Yarrawonga, Bridget Casser. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Tilly Kennedy. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Kylie Leslie. North Albury versus Wodonga. 1 vote, North Albury, Emily Brown. 2 votes, North Albury, Lily Kelly. 3 votes, North Albury, Maddie Lischke. And your winner of the 2024 Tony Wilson Medal is Emily Brown from the North Albury Football Netball Club.
Your 2024 Tony Wilson medalist from the North Albury Hoppers, Emily Brown. Brown becomes a history maker as the first ever netballer to claim 4 Tony Wilson medals.
Yeah, for this year that's just finished. As you see, Brown, trademark, intercept.
Emily polled in a whopping 13 of 18 rounds, including 6 best on-court performances.
Brown on the move to the circle. And
Brown reinstated herself as the competition's best mid-quarter, leading her young Hoppers to 4th spot on the ladder and a 2024 elimination finals berth.
Well, so Yarra are going to have to find the goals today to see Brown working it to circle edge.
Please be upstanding and congratulate the
And while you are upstanding, I'd like you to raise your glass, please, to the 2024 Tony Wilson medalist, Emily Brown. How about I'll ask you some questions first? Yep. So this is number 4, and Em and I are lucky enough to be teammates. And can I just say, the person that Em's developed into from the 17-year-old that won a premiership in 2013 is pretty remarkable. How does this one stand up against number 1?
Honestly, I think the first is the same as the 4th. Like, I can't believe I just said that out loud, but you never play for these accolades, but there's a lot of work that's been put in from my family, from me, from the club that I played for every coach that I've been lucky enough to play under along the way, and it's a nice stop moment just to sit back and think about what you've done and not, I wish you'd give me 5 minutes.
You spoke about the coaches that have influenced you. How's your journey into coaching been, particularly over the last probably 3 to 4 years?
I think I owe a few coaches a few sorries. I didn't realise, you do realise, but you never know until you're doing it how hard it is, but how rewarding it is as well. It's been a fantastic thing, especially under Fiona Boyer. Her knowledge of the game is just remarkable, and for me to have a moment of a time to learn from her and from just try and pick apart your brain, I think I've learned it so much as not only a coach but as a person, and how to talk to people and how to try and impact some people's lives. So thanks.
And you must be incredibly proud of the group that you're coaching at North Albury, Maddie Lischke. I agree with you. I think the sentiment that you said that Em makes people around her play better, I think that's a real string to the bow in your game, Em, is that everyone that gets on court with you plays better. But what is it about this group at North Albury at the moment that you're absolutely loving?
Oh, they're just so good. You never know what you're walking into, especially when Maddie Lischke's in the bloody team. But they're there. They want to do their best each and every week. They don't care if we're there throwing a shoulder pass for an hour or if we're doing some tactical stuff. They're there just because they want to be part of this team and part of this club. And I'm just so thankful that they're also very forgiving. I'm still learning, and I'm probably lucky that they're young enough to be able to go, oh, it's all right, we'll just run a bit more. So it's been an absolute stellar time, and I can't wait to see what happens next year, because I really think they're in the right avenue and they've got the right group of girls. It's such a good culture to be a part of. So.
And a 4-time Tony Wilson medalist among them. I'll give you this opportunity now, Em, to say any of the necessary thank yous.
Thanks. Before I get too deep into anything, I actually just want to thank the person whose name's on this, plus I call them the legacy ladies, but they're the people that they came before us and they paved the way for us to be able to play netball in one of the best leagues of netball outside of any major cities. Tony Wilson, Paula Carey, I call you legacy ladies. I think that without you guys doing the things and the hard-fought battles that you did when you came through, I wouldn't be standing up here, and a lot of girls wouldn't be playing this great netball away from where they can play. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'd like to, first and foremost, family, I'd really love to thank you for putting up with my crap away from netball. You've kept me grounded, and you've pushed me in the right direction each and every time. And I've had a bit of a tough trot off the track this year, but you've been there and you've picked me up every time. And if it's a beer or a walk or a palmy down at the pub, I'm just so thankful for all the support that you've given me over the years. So thank you. Mum can't be here, unfortunately. And damn, I should have went with her last. She's tuning in. Wherever you are, Mum, I hope you're boot scooting, enjoying the fire, have a shot of Sambuca, and I'll see you when you're home for Christmas. Thank you. To North Albury, my home away from home, I have loved every second of it. I love walking in the gate. I love cleaning up after. I don't mind what it is. I just love being in the green and gold. I think that we're on the right track for a great culture club, and the success that we're starting to bring to the club's hopefully going to attract people that we want for culture-wise. So I just think the amount of work that everyone puts in, Burnsy, all these, Leash, everybody, volunteers, everyone that gives me the bacon and egg roll when I walk in at 8 o'clock and they'll give me a beer at 5. Every person from there to there, I appreciate everything you do, and the club wouldn't be anything without you guys. So thank you very much. I'm just going to wrap it up. Thank you, umpires. I know I give you some shoddy looks, and I'm sure a lot of people do, and it's an unspoken thing that without umpires, there wouldn't be a game of netball, and I'm very glad that you don't hold it against us, because I think you'd send me off every week otherwise. So thank you very much. Just to wrap it up, thank you to the league, thank you to Ovens and Murray, SS&A, all major sponsors for putting on such a great league every year, and I look forward to the grand final on Sunday. All right, thanks guys.
Safe to say a very, very deserving winner of this year's Tony Wilson medalist. We will have a 15-minute short break before we commence the Morris medal count.
Welcome back to the 2024 Tony Wilson and Morris medal. Gus McLeod and Robbie McKinlay, joined by the first ever lady to win 4 Tony Wilson medals, Emily Brown of the North Albury Hoppers. Em, congratulations. Your 4th time. You must be getting used to this.
I don't think you'll ever get used to it, to be honest. I think it's still skin deep. It hasn't sunk in, so I'm sure in the next couple of days I'll hang out with my family and I'll really appreciate what's just gone on.
One of the things that I observed during your speech is how much North Albury means to you, the entire club. You've been there for a few years now and you refer to it as your home away from home. Talk us through your love, the green and gold at the Hoppers.
Oh, it's just like it sums it up, home away from home. You can go there and it does not matter what sort of mood you're in, where you are, how your day was, if anything, and they will always make your day better and they'll make you laugh without even knowing. You don't have to walk in there and tell anyone something's wrong. They'll just fix it without knowing, and they're the first people that will help you, and they're so much fun to play alongside. This young group of girls is so exciting to be a part of, and I just can't wait to see what they can put out.
Emma, I was just about to say that this young group you've got there at the moment, just so unlucky to lose first week of the finals, but they must be re-energising you to a certain extent, and you just that attraction to make them better.
No, it's so good to see this young girls. Most of the girls in our A grade came through our juniors, and it's so lovely to see these girls come through, hold their own against some of the best in the league, and take on the game. And the last couple of years, I found that we fell off when the going got tough, but this year, when the going got tough, we got going. So I think that we're going to start to ruffle a few feathers in a year or two, and I'd really be watching this space, I reckon.
And just on that, Em, 3 of the starting 7 in the Ovens and Murray team of the year come from your North Albury Hoppers. As a coach, you must be very proud.
I'm so proud of everyone. Like Maddie, she polled 4th, got Rising Star. Grace Hay got MVP of Interleague. Like, I just think across the whole, we've got so many young girls to look up to. Like, these girls are 20, 21 years of age, and, well, Maddie's only 18, but, like, there's so much wealth of knowledge in this group. Just a little bit of experience, and we'll be unstoppable, so...
Yeah, it's not too far to climb, is it? You might have been 5th, but the gap is so close.
Yeah, it really is. And like I said, I think we only lost by 2 or 3 to the teams that are still playing this weekend. So, look, I'd give the medal up to play this weekend, but we'll learn it next year and we'll be there, I reckon. So.
And what are the celebrations looking like tonight, Em? It's a shame it's a Monday. We'd all
Doesn't
like to have
matter.
a beer and celebrate, but what are the celebrations going to look like tonight with your 4th?
Well, seeing as though my boss is sitting on the table next to me, I'm going to have to hit up Mick Minogue and hope to see if he's in a good mood or not. But no, look, my family, my dad and my brother and my sister and my godmother were here tonight and my auntie, and I was lucky enough that they could join me, so I'll just sit down and have a quiet little let it sink in moment and see what happens from there, I guess. But no, just, keep a lid on it tonight, I think.
Well done, mate. Hey, it's Mad Monday. Don't forget that.
Bloody hell. Yeah, no.
You've still got a few hours left, so.
I know, but it's a school night. I'm not very good away from this. Anyway, but no, we'll see what happens.
The first time ever someone's claimed the 4th Tony Wilson medal. It's Emily Brown of the North Albury Hoppers. Em, congratulations to you and enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your night.
We'll take a break here on the live stream. Plenty more still to come. You won't miss a thing. Welcome back to the Tony Wilson and Morris Medal Count for season 2024, live from the SS&A Club. Hope you're enjoying tonight's live stream, wherever you right across the globe. Gus McLeod and Robbie McKinlay are with you, and Big Mac, we have to touch on Em Brown, the first ever person to claim 4 Tony Wilson medals. I'd also like to add she picked up one in the Tallangatta District Netball League as well. Em is an absolute superstar of our competition.
Oh, it's extraordinary. It's going well into the second decade of excellence. So, and I reckon there might be a bit more. And I just get the feeling, too, the way she spoke about the North Albury squad she's got together at the moment, that I think there's going to be a lot of team success coming their way, too. They're not far off it, and to have someone like Em guiding the way, it's just going to be fantastic for them.
The next big ticket item and the last event, or the medal I should say, to present this evening is the Morris Medal for 2024. It's a really hotly contested field this year, Big Mac. I generally think there's at least 6 or 7 players that can win it. I think one of the players that might poll really well is actually ineligible in Timmy Broomhead.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think so. The one I'd like to, Sam Murray. He did have a suspension, but that was in a final.
So he's still eligible.
So he's still eligible. I think Sam will poll really well. Isaac Muller, he won the media awards. He's going to be a great chance, always is. And you would think...
What about Yarrawonga?
Well, you'd think Willie Wheeler has probably played the most games of all those midfielders. Will get votes taken off him, I suppose. But you'd think he'd be in the top 5.
What about Bobby's man, the Ovens and Murray Interleague Player of the Year, Perry Lewis-Smith, PLS?
Yes.
I reckon the thing with Perry Lewis-Smith, and I reckon he'll be getting close to the podium. Why? Because when Perry plays a good game, he's easily best on ground. I reckon he's got 4 or 5 BOGs in him, Perry.
Yeah, and he does play big second halves. And
fit.
Umpires remember what happens more. They tend to remember more in that last quarter than they do maybe early in the games. And he's fit, he's a big finisher.
He also wears the pink boots too,
Yeah,
so he's a big contender. Righto, that's about all we got time for, Big Mac. Let's leave it with your tip. Who are you going to go with for the Morris Medal?
I'll go with Sam Murray.
I'm sticking with Sam Murray as well. I tipped him at the start of the start of the year. He's had a good season. I reckon he'll claim the highest individual honour in the Ovens and Murray. Stick with us here on the O&M live stream of the Tony Wilson and Morris Medal Count, brought to you by the team at Cartwright Productions and Wangaratta and Indigo Computers. On the other side of the break, the main event for football, the Morris Medal on the O&M live stream, where you won't miss a thing.
Round 1, the Easter Bunny delivered for the Rovers on Good Friday as Sam Murray helped the Rovers to a Norm Minns derby win, 12 years in the making.
Ball spills out the back, Rovers are everywhere, what a who's the coach, goes bang!
A huge crowd watched the Roos return on Easter Saturday.
The ball, but it's a fantastic finish.
While 40 disposals from Tim Broomhead helped his Hoppers to a round 1 win over the Saints. The Hoppers caused a boil-over in round 2, defeating the Pies for the first time in 8 years. Goulburn Valley Morrison medalist Jack O'Sullivan shined for the Dogs in a 15-point win over the Saints.
Not so, here's O'Sullivan. Spears one out to Jorgensen.
Round 3 was the weekend for big numbers. 38 from Billy Glanville led the Panthers to an upset win over the Tigers. Tim Broomhead raised the bat with 50 disposals against the Roos. And 34 touches from Jack O'Sullivan helped the Dogs stun the Pies in a final quarter comeback. It was a debut to remember for Perry Lewis-Smith in round 4, with 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, stealing a win for the Pigeons.
Swings it around right foot. And unbelievable. Yarrawonga lead by a point. Lewis-Smith is playing a blinder.
Josh Minogue bagged 11 against the Raiders. And Sam Murray brought his own footy against the Tigers.
Great ball by the other coach in Murray. Murray gets it from Nolan now and going through the middle of the ground, and what a kick that is.
In the round 5 split round, a kick after the siren decided the closest Anzac Day match in years. Perry Lewis-Smith dominated the rumble on the river.
Intercept there by Burton was good, picked up by Perry Lewis-Smith and runs into an open goal.
And Sam Murray flew high in the dying seconds to help save his Rovers against the Panthers.
Oh, mark of the year!
Round 6 saw Perry Lewis-Smith notch up 37 disposals and 2 goals against the Raiders. Jack O'Sullivan helped the Dogs move to 5-1 with a win over the Tigers. And Pies recruit Alex Federico starred in the Pies' 3rd win on the trot.
Round 1, Wodonga Raiders versus Lavington. 1 vote, Wodonga Raiders, Brad St John. 2 votes, Wodonga Raiders, Cam Ellis-Yeoman. 3 votes, Lavington, Billy Glanville. Wangaratta versus Wangaratta Rovers. 1 vote, Rovers, Sam Murray. 2 votes, Wangaratta, Pat Naish. 3 votes, Wangaratta Rovers, Will Christie. Cora versus Albury. 1 vote, Albury, Elliot Powell. 2 votes, Albury, Jake Gaynor. 3 votes, Albury, Isaac Muller. Myrtleford versus North Albury. 1 vote, Myrtleford, Riley Booker. 2 votes, Myrtleford, Lockie Murphy-Dale. 3 votes, North Albury, George Goody. Yarrawonga versus Wodonga. 1 vote, Yarrawonga, Cam Wilson. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Harry Wheeler. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Lockie Howe. Round 2, Albury versus Raiders. 1 vote, Albury, Jackson Kelly. 2 votes, Albury, Fletcher Carroll. 3 votes, Albury, Jeff Garlett. Wangaratta Rovers versus Cora. 1 vote, Rovers, Alex Marklew. 2 votes, Rovers, Lockie O'Brien. 3 votes, Rovers, Sam Catapan. North Albury versus Wangaratta. 1 vote, Wangaratta, Callum Moore. 2 votes, North Albury, Jackson Wiedemann. 3 votes, North Albury, Tim Broomhead. Wodonga versus Myrtleford. 1 vote, Myrtleford, Matt Munro. 2 votes, Wodonga, Adam Jorgensen. 3 votes, Wodonga, Jack A. O'Sullivan. Lavington versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote, Yarrawonga, Tanner Nyholm. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Harry Wheeler. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Willie Wheeler. Round 3, Wodonga Raiders versus Wangaratta Rovers. 1 vote, Rovers, Dylan Wilson. 2 votes, Raiders, Brad St John. 3 votes, Rovers, Lockie O'Brien. Cora versus North Albury. 1 vote, North Albury, Caden Winter. 2 votes, North Albury, Archer Gardner. 3 votes, North Albury, Tim Broomhead. Wangaratta versus Wodonga. 1 vote Wodonga, Noah Spiteri. 2 votes Wangaratta, Dane Porter. 3 votes Wodonga, Jack A. O'Sullivan. Myrtleford versus Yarrawonga, 1 vote Yarrawonga, Dan Howe. 2 votes Myrtleford, Matt Munro. 3 votes Myrtleford, Cam Wilson. Albury versus Lavington, 1 vote Albury, Fletcher Carroll. 2 votes Lavington, Tom Hargrave. 3 votes Lavington, Billy Glanville. Round 4, Lavington versus Myrtleford, 1 vote Myrtleford, Tom Capillari. 2 votes Lavington, Jake O'Brien. 3 votes Lavington, Ben Ashley Cooper. Wodonga versus Corowa, 1 vote Corowa, Sam Dunstan. 2 votes Wodonga, Adam Jorgensen. 3 votes Wodonga, Jack A. O'Sullivan. North Albury versus Raiders, 1 vote North Albury, Caden Winter. 2 votes North Albury, Tim Broomhead. 3 votes North Albury, Joss Minogue. Wangaratta Rovers versus Albury, 1 vote Albury, Isaac Muller. 2 votes Rovers, Sam Murray. 3 votes Albury, Jake Gaynor. Round 5. Wodonga Raiders versus Wodonga. 1 vote Wodonga, Jack C. O'Sullivan. 2 votes Wodonga, Noah Bradshaw. 3 votes Wodonga, Tom Miller. Albury versus North Albury, 1 vote North Albury, Caden Winter. 2 votes Albury, Jacob Page. 3 votes North Albury, Jack Penny. Wangaratta versus Myrtleford, 1 vote Wangaratta, Alex Federico. 2 votes Wangaratta, Michael Newton. 3 votes Myrtleford, Brodie Riccardi. Corowa versus Yarrawonga, 1 vote Yarrawonga, Michael Gibbons. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Cameron Wilson. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Perry Lewis Smith. Lavington versus Wangaratta Rovers, 1 vote Lavington, Jack Driscoll. 2 votes Rovers, Sam Murray. 3 votes Rovers, Shane Gaston. Round 6, Yarrawonga versus Raiders, 1 vote Yarrawonga, Cam Wilson. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Willie Wheeler. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Michael Gibbons. Myrtleford versus Corowa, 1 vote Myrtleford, Matt Munro. 2 votes Myrtleford, Diesel Beatty. 3 votes Myrtleford, Lockie Murphy-Dale. Wangaratta versus Lavington, 1 vote Wangaratta, Alex Federico. 2 votes Wangaratta, Nick Richards. 3 votes Wangaratta, Callum Moore. Wodonga versus Albury, 1 vote Wodonga, Noah Bradshaw. 2 votes Wodonga, Jack A. O'Sullivan. 3 votes Albury, Isaac Muller. North Albury versus Wangaratta Rovers, 1 vote Rovers, Sam Murray. 2 votes Rovers, Tom Boyd. 3 votes Rovers, Sam Catapan.
So we'll take a look at our leaderboard after round 6. In equal 4th, Sam Murray, Sam Catapan, Billy Glanville and Perry Lewis Smith, all on 6 votes. Equal 3rd, Cam Wilson from Yarrawonga and Isaac Muller from Albury on 7 votes. Outright 2nd, Tim Broomhead from the North Albury Hoppers on 8 votes. And the leader after round 6, Jack A. O'Sullivan from the Wodonga Bulldogs on 11 votes.
Cal Moore booted 8 in a big round 7 win for the Pies over the Roos. The Tigers stunned the Pigeons in the grand final rematch.
Jacob Conlon gets over the back towards Walker!
While the Dogs and Noah Spiteri handed the Rovers their first loss of 2024.
Spiteri kicks the goal!
3 goals and 22 disposals from Panthers star Sean Driscoll ended the Dogs' hot streak in round 8. Cal Moore made it 15 in 2 weeks with another 7 against the Tigers.
Cal Moore searching for the first goal of the game, swings it around and he nails it.
While Tommy Brasher also booted 7 as the Raiders down the Roos. The most important point of the year from Hoppers midfielder Jack Penny proved the difference between the Dogs and the Hoppers in round 9. The Pigeons prevailed in the top of the table clash in the Battle of the Birds.
Left, around the body! Steel line goal for Nace!
And 5 from Lockie Murphy-Dale led the Saints to a big home win over the Tigers. 36 touches from Yarrawonga star Willie Wheeler proved too much for the Dogs in a split round 10. Hoppers coach Tim Broomhead continued his stellar form against the Saints.
Broomhead's classy, skillful, goal.
Panthers ace Sean Driscoll helped himself to 6 goals against the Raiders.
In front of the Roosters contest, runs around, plays on, kicks a goal, does Sean.
And the Rovers made it 2-0 against the Pies in another Derby classic.
Has a chance to win the Derby! Tom Boyd!
Final quarter heroics helped the Pies stun the Hoppers when all looked lost.
Attacking 50 through Laverty. Grossman's down there, not able to mark. Out the back.
Oh no! You're kidding!
Fitness won the game.
Oh my God!
Cam Ellis-Yeoman tried his best as the Tigers downed the Raiders. While Sam Murray had 48 touches and 2 goals as the Rovers beat the Roos. Round 12 was Indigenous round, and Eddie Betts delivered for the Rovers against the Raiders. And Isaac Muller dominated for the Tigers against the Panthers.
Muller sits under at front spot and takes the mark and plays on cricketer Jake.
Round 7. Wodonga Raiders versus Myrtleford. 1 vote Raiders, Tom Brasher. 2 votes Myrtleford, Matt Munro. 3 votes Myrtleford, Simon Curtis. Corowa versus Wangaratta. 1 vote Wangaratta, Chris Knowles. 2 votes Wangaratta, Will O'Keefe. 3 votes Wangaratta, Callum Moore. Albury versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote Yarrawonga, Cam Wilson. 2 votes Albury, Elliot Powell. 3 votes Albury, Lucas Conlon. Wangaratta Rovers versus Wodonga. 1 vote Rovers, Xavier Allison. 2 votes Wodonga, Matt Wilson. 3 votes Wodonga, Adam Jorgensen. Lavington versus North Albury. 1 vote North Albury, Julian Hayes. 2 votes North Albury, Jack Penny. 3 votes North Albury, Caden Winter. Round 8. Wodonga Raiders versus Corowa. 1 vote Corowa, Darcy Hope. 2 votes Raiders, Tom Brasher. 3 votes Raiders, Cam Ellis-Yeoman. Albury versus Wangaratta. 1 vote Albury, Jake Gaynor. 2 votes Wangaratta, Chris Knowles. 3 votes Wangaratta, Callum Moore. Wangaratta Rovers versus Myrtleford. 1 vote Myrtleford, Alex Jacobs. 2 votes Rovers, Tom Boyd. 3 votes Rovers, Brody Philo. North Albury versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote Yarrawonga, Harry Wheeler. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Lee Masters. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Willie Wheeler. Lavington versus Wodonga. 1 vote Wodonga, Matt Wilson. 2 votes Lavington, Nico Sedgwick. 3 votes Lavington, Sam Hargrave. Round 9. Wangaratta versus Wodonga Raiders. 1 vote Wangaratta, Callum Moore. 2 votes Wangaratta, Charlie Ross. 3 votes Wangaratta, Alex Federico. Corowa versus Lavington. 1 vote Lavington, Ben Ashley Cooper. 2 votes Lavington, Nico Sedgwick. 3 votes Lavington, Sean Driscoll. Myrtleford versus Albury. 1 vote Myrtleford, Mitch Del Bosco. 2 votes Myrtleford, Fraser Dale. 3 votes Myrtleford, Toby Cosser. Yarrawonga versus Wangaratta Rovers. 1 vote Yarrawonga, Ned Pendergast. 2 votes Rovers, Lockie O'Brien. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Daniel Howe. Wodonga versus North Albury. 1 vote North Albury, George Goody. 2 votes Wodonga, Josh Matthey. 3 votes North Albury, Jack Penny. Round 10. Albury versus Corowa. 1 vote Albury, Anthony Miles. 2 votes Albury, Matt Walker. 3 votes Albury, Elliot Powell. North Albury versus Myrtleford, 1 vote Myrtleford, Lockie Murphy-Dale. 2 votes North Albury, Jack Penny. 3 votes North Albury, Foster Gardner. Lavington versus Wodonga Raiders, 1 vote Lavington, Nico Sedgwick. 2 votes Lavington, Jack Costello. 3 votes Lavington, Sean Driscoll. Wodonga versus Yarrawonga, 1 vote Yarrawonga, Lee Williams. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Lee Masters. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Willie Wheeler. Wangaratta Rovers versus Wangaratta, 1 vote Wangaratta, Fraser Ellis. 2 votes Rovers, Brody Philo. 3 votes Rovers, Sam Murray. Round 11, Wodonga Raiders versus Albury, 1 vote Albury, Fletcher Carroll. 2 votes Albury, Isaac Muller. 3 votes Albury, Elliot Powell. Corowa versus Wangaratta Rovers, 1 vote Corowa, Nathan Dunstan. 2 votes Rovers, Brody Philo. 3 votes Rovers, Sam Murray. Wangaratta versus North Albury, 1 vote Wangaratta, Callum Moore. 2 votes North Albury, George Goody. 3 votes North Albury, Caden Winter. Myrtleford versus Wodonga, 1 vote Wodonga, Charlie Morrison. 2 votes Wodonga, Josh Matthey. 3 votes Myrtleford, Damon Harrington. Yarrawonga versus Lavington, 1 vote Lavington, Corby Robertson. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Cam Wilson. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Daniel Howe. Round 12. Wangaratta Rovers versus Wodonga Raiders. 1 vote Rovers, Eddie Betts. 2 votes Rovers, Sam Murray. 3 votes Rovers, Lockie O'Brien. North Albury versus Corowa, 1 vote Corowa, Brady Morton. 2 votes North Albury, Jack Penny. 3 votes North Albury, Josh Minogue. Wodonga versus Wangaratta, 1 vote Wodonga, Matt Wilson. 2 votes Wangaratta, Matt Grossman. 3 votes Wangaratta, Nick Richards. Yarrawonga versus Myrtleford, 1 vote Yarrawonga, Willie Wheeler. 2 votes Myrtleford, Zach Petherbridge. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Perry Lewis Smith. Lavington versus Albury, 1 vote Albury, Isaac Muller. 2 votes Albury, Jake Gaynor. 3 votes Albury, Matt Walker.
Alrighty, so our leaderboard after round 12, we're 2/3 way through the season. In equal fourth, Cam Wilson, Isaac Muller and Lockie O'Brien, all on 10 votes. Outright third, Jack A. O'Sullivan from Wodonga on 11 votes. Equal second, Callum Moore, Willie Wheeler and Jack Penny, all on 12 votes. And our leader after round 12 on 14 votes is Sam Murray from the Wangaratta Rovers.
Albury big man Isaac Muller had a day out against the Rovers in round 13. Simon Curtis stunned his old side in a last quarter fight back. While Tim Broomhead once again dominated the Raiders in a gritty Hoppers win. It was a wet slog in round 14 as Darcy Smith booted 3 in the Panthers' upset win over the Rovers.
Here the Panthers, what a start!
Tim Broomhead and the Hoppers broke a 16-year hoodoo at a muddy Button Park against the Tigers.
Pass it to Broomhead, who torps it from 30 and kicks the Sunjan goal of the day. Tim Broomhead setting this quarter alight in the third term.
The Rovers bounced back in round 15 against the Hoppers as Brody Philo starred with 34 disposals. The Dogs made it a double over the Tigers in 2024 with Tom Miller booting 3 in a big win at the Albury Sports Ground. The Pigeons mauled the Tigers in the second grand final rematch. Willie Wheeler, the destroyer, 11 clearances and 14 contested possessions. Brodie Philo and the Rovers continued their strong form, 33 disposals and an important round 16 win over the Dogs.
Stuart Booth runs onto it, Hospital then puts it in the air, and that is a goal.
While Jake O'Brien starred in the first ever Hall of Fame showdown between the Panthers and the Hoppers. It was emotional scenes in round 17 as the Roos broke through for their first win of the year. Perry Lewis-Smith and Willie Wheeler put on a clinic for the Pigeons against the Hoppers. 86 hitouts for Isaac Muller as the Tigers kept their season alive with a win over the Pies. And all of a sudden, it was round 18. The Hoppers booked their September ticket with a thrilling win over the Dogs.
9 long years at Button Park ends.
Fraser Dale and the Saints stunned the Tigers, ending Albury's season. While the Pigeons reigned supreme in the top of the table clash.
Contest. He sharked it and he kicked it on the left. Great work, Jesse.
Round 13, Wodonga Raiders versus North Albury. 1 vote North Albury, Jack King. 2 votes Raiders, Cam Ellis Yeoman. 3 votes North Albury, Tim Broomhead. Corowa versus Wodonga. 1 vote Wodonga, Liam Andrews. 2 votes Corowa, Ryan Ayres. 3 votes Wodonga, Matt Wilson. Wangaratta versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote Yarrawonga, Lee Masters. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Ben Kennedy. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Cam Wilson. Myrtleford versus Lavington. 1 vote Lavington, Sean Driscoll. 2 votes Myrtleford, Simon Curtis. 3 votes Lavington, Jesse Hart. Albury versus Wangaratta Rovers. 1 vote Albury, Jackson Kelly. 2 votes Albury, Fletcher Carroll. 3 votes Albury, Isaac Muller. Round 14, Wodonga versus Wodonga Raiders. 1 vote Wodonga, Charlie Morrison. 2 votes Wodonga, Adam Jorgensen. 3 votes Wodonga, Josh Matthey. Yarrawonga versus Corowa. 1 vote Corowa, Nathan Dunstan. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Damien Wilson. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Michael Gibbons. Myrtleford versus Wangaratta. 1 vote Myrtleford, Mitch Del Bosco. 2 votes Myrtleford, Toby Cossa. 3 votes Wangaratta, Chris Knowles. North Albury versus Albury. 1 vote Albury, Fletcher Carroll. 2 votes North Albury, Archie Gardner. 3 votes North Albury, Tim Broomhead. Wangaratta Rovers versus Lavington. 1 vote Lavington, Nicholas Newton. 2 votes Lavington, Jesse Hart. 3 votes Lavington, Tim Hanna. Round 15. Wodonga Raiders versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote Yarrawonga, Damien Wilson. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Nick Fothergill. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Perry Lewis-Smith. Myrtleford versus Corowa. 1 vote Myrtleford, Lockie Murphy-Dale. 2 votes Myrtleford, Toby Cossa. 3 votes Myrtleford, Mitch Del Bosco. Albury versus Wodonga. 1 vote Albury, Isaac Muller. 2 votes Wodonga, Charlie Morrison. 3 votes Albury, Jake Gaynor. Lavington versus Wangaratta. 1 vote Wangaratta, Liam McVeigh. 2 votes Lavington, Tom Hargrave. 3 votes Lavington, Tim Hanna. Wangaratta Rovers versus North Albury. 1 vote Rovers, Jack Gerish. 2 votes Rovers, Alex Marklew. 3 votes Rovers, Brodie Philo. Round 16, North Albury versus Lavington. 1 vote Lavington, Darcy Smith. 2 votes North Albury, Archie Gardner. 3 votes Lavington, Sean Driscoll. Myrtleford versus Wodonga Raiders. 1 vote Myrtleford, Josh Maraca. 2 votes Myrtleford, Tom Capillari. 3 votes Myrtleford, Simon Curtis. Wangaratta versus Corowa. 1 vote Corowa, Darcy Hope. 2 votes Wangaratta, Alex Federico. 3 votes Corowa, Ryan Ayres. Yarrawonga versus Albury. 1 vote Yarrawonga, Ben Coghill. 2 votes Yarrawonga, Nick Fothergill. 3 votes Yarrawonga, Willie Wheeler. Wodonga versus Wangaratta Rovers. 1 vote, Rovers, Lockie O'Brien. 2 votes, Wodonga, Josh Matthey. 3 votes, Rovers, Brodie Philo. Round 17. Corowa versus Wodonga Raiders. 1 vote, Wodonga Raiders, Ned Conway. 2 votes, Corowa, Sam Dunstan. 3 votes, Corowa, Darcy Hope. Wangaratta versus Albury. 1 vote, Albury, Jeff Garlett. 2 votes, Albury, Isaac Muller. 3 votes, Albury, Jim Grills. Myrtleford versus Wangaratta Rovers. 1 vote, Myrtleford, Fraser Dale. 2 votes, Wangaratta Rovers, Alex McCarthy. 3 votes, Wangaratta Rovers, Tom Boyd. Yarrawonga versus North Albury. 1 vote, North Albury, Julian Hayes. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Willie Wheeler. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Lee Williams. Wodonga versus Lavington. 1 vote, Wodonga, Riley Gill. 2 votes, Wodonga, Charlie Morrison. 3 votes, Wodonga, Noah Bradshaw.
We'll take a look at our leaderboard now after round 17. Equal fourth from Yarrawonga and the Wangaratta Rovers, Cam Wilson and Brodie Philo on 13 votes. Equal third, Tim Broomhead and Sam Murray on 14 votes. Second is Isaac Muller from the Albury Tigers on 16 votes. And our outright leader after round 17 is Willie Wheeler from the Yarrawonga Pigeons on 17 votes. I would like to invite David Morris from the Morris family to the stage to present the Morris Medal after Sinkers reads out all the exciting round 18 votes.
Round 18, Wodonga Raiders versus Wangaratta. 1 vote, Wangaratta, Michael Newton. 2 votes, Wangaratta, Jackson Clark. 3 votes, Wangaratta, Nick Richards. Lavington versus Corowa. 1 vote, Lavington, Tim Oosterhoff. 2 votes, Corowa, Darcy Hope. 3 votes, Corowa, Ryan Ayres. Wangaratta Rovers versus Yarrawonga. 1 vote, Rovers, Brodie Philo. 2 votes, Yarrawonga, Harry Wheeler. 3 votes, Yarrawonga, Matt Casey. North Albury versus Wodonga. 1 vote, Wodonga, Matt Wilson. 2 votes, Wodonga, Josh Matthey. 3 votes, Wodonga, George Goody. Albury versus Myrtleford. 1 vote, Myrtleford, Simon Curtis. 2 votes, Albury, Jacob Conlon. 3 votes, Myrtleford, Fraser Dale. I announce the winner of the 2024 Morris Medal from the Yarrawonga Football Club on 17 votes, Willie Wheeler.
Your 2024 Morris medalist of the Yarrawonga Pigeons, Willie Wheeler. Wheeler becomes the 12th Morris medalist from Yarrawonga and the second in 3 years.
Beautiful breakaway clearance from Wheeler. Kicks to Lee Williams, gives it back to Wheeler, who just kept on running.
Notching up 4 best on-ground performances, polling votes in 7 games. Wheeler, a 2023 Premiership player, is in his 3rd season at the JC Lowe Oval after a decorated VFL career with Williamstown. He has established himself as the competition's best inside midfielder. With elite ball-winning skills,
great work, Cam Wilson. Nice little feed.
Ferocious attack on the footy.
So it's Willie Wheeler playing a great game today. Kicks it up there.
And an unrivaled hunger for the contest.
Well done there by Willie Wheeler. He's 50 metres out. He just chips it short, all on his own Zerkart.
He can load up here from 55, Logan Morey. Checks the kick out the back. Willie Wheeler. He pushes forward and kicks the Sunjan goal today.
Your 2024 Morris medalist.
Very good tackle.
Portman, been good. Now this time off the left foot. Oh, here's a chance. That's what it does. He's got the journey. Is it accurate? Oh, you betcha. That is a beautiful finish from Willie Wheeler.
From the Yarrawonga Pigeons, Willie Wheeler.
Willie, well done on a fantastic season. You're in your third year at Yarrawonga. I think you originally signed at the start of COVID in 2020. It took you 28 months to potentially play your first game. You get to play with your brother. You're in your third consecutive grand final. Life's pretty good at the JC Low Oval.
Yeah, definitely. First sign feels like a lifetime ago now, actually. End of 2019 and had COVID and then my foot. And it's been a lot of fun. First year when I was out, we were losing a few games, but since then we've had a good run and there's a good bunch of fellas there and a few ex-friends that followed along and it's been really fun.
You had a very long decorated career with Williamstown in the VFL. Was playing footy with your brother the main catalyst for moving to Yarrawonga?
Not really at all, to be honest. It was just a coincidence in the end. My partner's from Yarrawonga and a few of my good friends were keen to come up as well, so they were probably the main points.
Now you've played with some great on-ballers and footballers throughout your career. You've got Mickey Gibbons at Yarrawonga, Perry Lewis-Smith, Cam Wilson, a whole lot more. We could be here forever, but it's a pretty scary midfield group to combat, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd imagine so for opposition teams. A lot of fun to play in. Makes our job pretty easy, really. You can just hunt the ball and, as I say, there's probably 6 or 7 of us really that maybe can roll through there. And it's great with Lockie Howe as well. Obviously a great ruckman, so we think we're pretty strong. Stevie
J obviously leaves the Pigeons at the end of this year. He's looking to finish with 2 flags in his time. What sort of impact has he had in your career?
Stevie's been really good in a footy sense. When he first come along, we sort of had to earn his respect a fair bit. Even from VFL, I don't think he really knew too much about that standard either. So we really had to, he made us train very hard and we're competitive at training. And I think that just is one of probably the main catalyst of him, is his competitiveness, that he makes us train really hard and it brings up the whole group.
You've got the A-grade netball in the grand final. You're once again in another grand final. How's the club feeling heading into this Sunday?
It's a good effort to have both senior sides in, and in a footy sense, we're just super confident. We just sort of take a game at a time. Like I think we've 29 out of 30 wins, but we really don't look at that. We sort of see ourselves as the hunters most weeks, so we just keep that mindset going week to week, and go from there.
Now yourself and Harry are as tough as they come. Who used to win all the backyard battles, mate?
Pretty comfortably. I had him. Yeah. He's probably got a bit more go now than when he was little.
Willie, anybody you like to thank?
I just first of all like to thank my wife, who's back at home with 2 little kids and a 3-week-old. So a lot of thanks to her and her family, who since I've come to Yarrawonga have been a lot of support with the family we've got going. My parents, they've followed the footy along the way, the whole journey. The old man loves coming up and critiquing our games pretty harshly. So they love it, so it's good support from them. To the competition, it's a great standard of footy, and to the social media even, it portrays the league really well over Australia. Even you get a lot of messages and a lot of people following from all over the place, and I really think it lifts the professionalism. To the Yarra Footy Club, Ross and Yarra Footy Club, ever since coming up, it's a great community and super happy to be at Yarra, to be able to bring some kids up, and the community family vibe that it has at the footy club is a great place to be. all the volunteers, which is everyone around the league. It's such a big job to get footy going week to week and netball going. So that's much appreciated, and especially to the Yarra volunteers and people, like Paddy By strapping ankles every week in the cold and telling us stories in the trainers' rooms, and people like that. Just thank you, Jono and the coaches. As I said, it's been a lot of fun having Jono and Craig, Dykesy and Jezza all helping out. So thank you, and most of all, just probably the teammates. It's a lot of fun playing at Yarra with the group we've got, and everyone's hungry to get better and strive for more each week. And training's a lot of fun in that sense. You rock up and everyone's getting to work, which is a lot of fun. Awards like this, I guess, I think is a meaning from the group, really. Thanks very much.
Well said, Willie, and best of luck on the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can all please be upstanding. You might need to swap that out for a water, Willie, considering you're playing on Sunday. We can all charge our glasses to the 2024 Morris medalist from the Yarrawonga Football Netball Club, Willie Wheeler. No sip, mate? Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause once again for Willie Wheeler, your 2024 Morris medalist. That formally concludes tonight's event. A big thanks to the SS&A Ovens and Murray for a wonderful event. It's been absolutely fantastic. To those travelling at home, please drive safe. We'll see you again on Sunday and bring on the O&M Grand Final. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen.